So guys, we're live, guys. We're live, my people. Like the vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe. And people, send super chat because we're gonna have been doing a question and answer today. You can always be part of my members by going to the description and become a tier in my member. You can subscribe to become my members of the Blue Studio. Also, you can also send super chat to support me and also support the people who are listening, guys. Like the vid, subscribe. We're gonna be talking about Sadio Mane to Bayern is official. Marina Granaskia and Busberg has been officially stepped down as the both the boardroom and the director of football. We're also going to be talking about the director of football, Michael Edward, the former Liverpool sporting director, will be the sporting director for Chelsea. Is the leading candidate to be the sporting director for Chelsea Football Club in terms of coming forward. We're also going to be talking about Hakim Ziyech also going to AC Milan. Is he a good deal? Is he a bad deal? We're also gonna discuss huge discussion about GoneKaku. GoneKaku, his name is GoneKaku right now, going to Inter Milan, and also we're gonna do a question and answer to the fans to answer their question. We can be able to answer them. Also, like the vid, like that vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe, guys, and let's go. Yo, my people out there now, like the vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. You can also become a membership tier by subscribing to become a member of the Blue Studio. You can also subscribe to become a partner members of my team, and also you can also send a super chat when we're gonna be doing the question and answer to ask a question to the panel, people to the fans who are listening, the people in the chat. So smash the like button, guys. Like that vid, guys. Like the vid. Like that vid. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. So let's go. Vilton and King, how you guys doing today?
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good.
A lot of
Abdullah.
How you doing,
I'm
brother?
good. I'm good,
Good.
bro.
A
Yeah, Voton.
lot to discuss today. A
God
lot
bless.
of time. A lot to discuss today. So, firstly, we're gonna talk about him because what we have been hearing in the TL is he a loss? Is he how big a loss it is to lose a player like to lose him? Is he a loss or do we eventually gain after everything? Romelu Lukaku. So let me come to Vilton and Vilton. 97.5, close to 100 million, and officially it will be it's done. He'll become an Inter Milan player. So is it a bad business looking at how the business is being made, or overall, how do you call Lukaku's tenure in Chelsea? Is it one of the worst signing, or give me your take on Romelu Lukaku?
Romelu Lukaku, man, it's honestly one of the funniest transfer ever, man, that I've ever seen. Well, a club paid 150 million euros to sign a player, but that player went up, and the club that you bought him from for 150 million euros, you loaning him back to them for $8 million with reduced salary. It's like Inter Milan did a conspiracy, man. It's like they conspire against Chelsea. They were like, we need the money, we desperately need the money. So let's sell our best asset, Romelu Lukaku, for 150 million euros. And next season, we know Lukaku is gonna pretend he's garbage, he's scuffed the trash, and we're gonna load him back to the club that which he won the Scudetto with. Which, I mean, that just tells you, man. I don't know if Lukaku was on it because you guys offer him a lot of money. He needed the money, and Inter Milan wasn't gonna give him that money. So, and he took it. I mean, can you blame the guy? He came from the Chelsea academy, didn't he? So I guess he thought he could change Chelsea culture by going back, but man, that was bad. I'm sorry, but you just gotta laugh, man. Because when you think about it, I didn't think he was gonna even loan because I mean, like it just doesn't make sense. Because is Chelsea gonna go in and get a striker now? Because you're gonna need a striker whether you like it or not. So and and what a bad way to start the Todd Bowley era because you guys already lost what $100 million in this signing because it was worth nothing. I mean, I guess you loaning him back. I guess it's better than nothing. But man, what an L on Chelsea, man. What a W for Inter Milan, man. You sold them for 150 mil and you only paid $8 million to get him back. Like you couldn't ask for a better deal than that. And I know AC Milan won the Serie A, but now you're gonna challenge for Serie A again, and you might even win it now because we saw what Lautaro Martinez and Lukaku did the season before last season. They won the Scudetto. So, and now you're getting Lukaku and Dybala might be going over there. If those three can click, man, it's looking good for Inter Milan. But for Chelsea, man, what an L, man. Like this is bad, bro. This is bad, man. I don't know how Todd Bowley's gonna feel about this. I mean, Marina's already leaving. I don't. That's the thing. I don't know who do I put the blame on. Do I put the blame on Marina or whose idea was to sign Lukaku if it was in Tuchel? Because it's weird thing, man. But man, this is what has to be one of the funniest thing I've seen in my life, man. It's like this guy using to get more money just so he can go back to Inter Milan. The moment you sign him to, it's suspicious. I'd be like 2 months. This guy's in an interview saying I miss Inter. I'm sorry. Yes, an interview on Sky say I miss Inter Milan. I want to go back. Like man. And I vouched for this guy too, man. I thought he was gonna do good at Chelsea. I thought he was gonna at least give you 15, 20 goals for Chelsea in the Prem, but it ain't worked out, man. And the Chelsea curse continue, man. You guys just ruined number nines, man. The last good number nine you had was Diego Costa, and you guys sold what Conte sold them for because they had a whole fallout. Man, it's crazy, man. This is robbery, man. If I were you guys, I would report enter to UEFA board court meeting, man, because no club should get robbed like this in daylight, man. That's just bad, man. Like that's just unfortunate. Like with Eden Hazard, you can't really say Chelsea robbed us, right? Because Hazard got injured, but this guy just flopped. this guy, this guy's just a brick. Because it doesn't make sense. How do you lose your footballing ability the moment you go to Chelsea, man? Like it just doesn't make sense. But good deal for Inter, bad L for Chelsea, man. It's a bad way to start the Todd Bowley era, man. That's my 2 cents on this, man. And shout out to Lukaku, man. He's making the bag, man. He's making the bag, man. He's going back to Inter Milan, man. Vamos, man.
King, Romelu Lukaku to Inter Milan. Is this one of the worst signing ever in Chelsea era? Or even what football?
Abdullah,
Yeah, I'm here.
you can hear me.
I can hear you. Yeah?
Bro, I don't know if you remember the last time we spoke on here. I told you this is a scam job, bro. This is a job that involves scammers and all of that. Like for real. If you don't see it, I don't know what to say because this guy is signed up to Rock Nations and he's a 28-year-old, 29, ambitious dude who knows what he's doing. Speaks 5, 6 languages. He's a family guy. He's not a kid. He's not a 12-year-old or 14-year-old. He knows what he's doing. So he knew when he called the cameraman was going to come with a stand and he was going to have his bath, dress up for an interview. So it's not like he just the interview caught him unaware. No, he knew what he was doing exactly. So this was all pre-planned before he left Inter Milan, and I believe he got some money out of it, you know, and he already took the step. Probably they offered him £10 million to do this. Probably Chelsea did it like, maybe Marina, they offered him £10 million in his personal money to do this. And he decided, like, okay, let's do this behind Inter Milan. And if I get this money, I'll just push for a move, right? If I do this, collect the money, I push for a move, and I can come back anytime I want. And so as soon as he got here, he thought he was going to receive a lot of love based on whatever proposal they had for him. They were like, okay, you guys have given me the money. I'm expecting you guys to think right now. But now I'm here, but Jorginho is still your penalty taker, and the coach he treats people with tough love, man. Thomas Tuchel is tough love or nothing, tough love or no love. That's Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel is not the hug you every time. Will be hugging you, be patting you on your back. No, if you're not good enough, he's going to tell you to your face. You are not good enough. You need to work hard, unless you are not going to make my team ever again. So if you're a weak mentality dude, Lukaku, who thrives in Everton and West Brom and all these places, you're not going to be able to withstand the pressure.
Who do you blame on this now? Is it on Granaskia? How many blame does Tuchel take, and how many blame does Marina Granaskia take?
For me, this is all on Granaskia. You know why I've always given, I've never given Tuchel the stakes. I've never really blamed Tuchel, because I know Tuchel came in with an open heart. Yeah, he came into Chelsea with an open heart, because you see, if we met the same Tuchel that went to PSG, he would have rejected Lukaku straight on. Like, he would be like, I don't want Lukaku straight up. But Tuchel is the type of person that is like, okay, let me see if I made a mistake here. I'm getting a new job here. Let me see what I've done wrong. Let me see what I haven't. Okay, let me see. Let me not try to make the same mistake I made in Mainz. Let me listen to what the board have to say. If make a recommendation, let me follow those recommendations, right? At least for the start. So maybe after a year, if they have something I'm not pleased about, then I can tell them, no, I don't want this. But for now, let me just get this job secured. So when they brought in the proposal of, cannot get Haaland, we can't get this, and this is what we have, Lukaku, for you. If he said no, in his mind he was like, okay, if I say no, what if they say no, you are not good enough coach, and then no, I don't think, if you have to work with what we have here, this is how we work in Chelsea. What if they say that? What if they say that to him? And I was like, okay, just give me Lukaku, right? Just give me Lukaku then. If this is what you want, just give me Lukaku. So for me, I'm very happy. I think this is all on, the fact that Granaskia is a lady. See, I used to say this, a lady can call me misogynist, or you can call me whatsoever name. Football is a male sport. It's a male sport introduced to women. It's not a women's sport. It's not a sport that can be run by women. A woman cannot. A woman has never played the sport, especially. A woman can run football, but it has to be a woman that really knows football and have very good understanding of football. I don't know why it's hard for people to say this, like, because they don't want to be cancelled on social media. They don't want women to say things bad about them. For me, I feel like football is a male sport. It's a male sport. Okay, if women are running football, fine, that's good. But if you look about the history of football, if you're going to run a club like Chelsea that is very demanding, and the criticism is high, and the media is so high, How are you going to put that on a woman? That's the first mistake that Roman Abramovich made. You can't put that on a lady to run for you. Just allow the lady to deal with the financial aspect of things. And women know how to bargain. Trust me, they are good at bargains. No one, there is no director of football we're going to hire that is going to be better than Marina. I'm going to assure you that at bargains, they are going to honestly. A woman can bargain for, especially for man. If she's going to deal with a man and she's good at bargains, she's going to get a better deal than a man. I assure you. That's how it is. So that's why, I feel Marina is good. But then don't put her in the position of that much of control, that much, players coming in, players going out, and all. No, don't put her on that. Don't put her in the position of bargain. Let her be in charge of bargain. Just bargain this us. Okay, represent us, be the face of us. And let's see how much you can get out of this, and let us know. That's it. Put her there, and your club will be run really fine. For me, that's how I feel. I feel like it's good deal for Inter Milan, but at the same time, it's not much of a bad deal for us as well, because it's not much of a bad deal. Because, whatever happens, man, this is a billionaire club, and at the same time, we do not we have zero debt, and the new owners are coming in on a clean slate. So what do we have to lose? We don't have anything to lose. So the most important thing is, what do we go? Where do we go from here? Do we have a director of football? Where do we go from here?
We're gonna talk about him soon.
Yeah. So that's my point. Like, I believe, Chelsea, it's going to be such an L. At the same time, it's going to be much of an L, because we are good. At the same, we have a team. We still have Lukaku. Others are going to grow, and everybody. And we don't have a depth. We don't have a huge depth. Chotboli is doing good. So there's nothing wrong with us. So on Lukaku, he might actually be the one at loss here. He might be the one at loss. His reputation could be really on the line. If he misses a chance, he could face the same thing he faced with Chelsea. This is how people are. People are not. You can find a lot of people in your street loving you. At some point, once you go into a rape case or something stupid, you might find yourself being on the other side. So that's how human beings are like that. So if he thinks he'll get back to Inter Milan, they are going to receive the same way he left. He's just stupid. Then I will know he's stupid. He's a stupid human being. If he thinks he's going to receive the same type of love they received in Inter Milan before he left, don't trust me. He might end up getting stuck with Lukaku for another 2 more years. Why? Because he got there. Because Felipe Inzaghi likes to he likes to press high for front as well. He's different from Conte. Conte don't care if you press as an attacker. Inzaghi cares if your strikers are actually moving, are actually working hard. So it's a different system as well. Let's see how it works from there. So that's just what I want to say.
So, Vilton, do you think, looking at Chelsea now, who do you put the blame on in terms of buying Lukaku, not knowing the kind of player he is, and put him into the squad? Because we all know Thomas Tuchel is a possession-based system manager, and Lukaku does not play that way. So, because I'm looking at Lukaku, I'm looking at the way we play now, that is a bad fit. And do you categorize this as one of the worst transfer in Chelsea era when you look at Bola Rouge, Alvaro Morata, Fernando Torres, and Coach Shevchenko? Is this the worst or one of the worst?
This isn't even the worst Chelsea transfer ever. This is the worst Premier League signing ever. Just because the fact that you bought him and that's the thing, Abdullah. If Lukaku would have stayed like 2-3 more years like Morata, right? But it's the fact that you bought him you broke the world record fee for him. First, Jack Grealish, City bought Jack Grealish. That was a world transfer fee. Then you guys bought Lukaku for 150 million euros. Then you loan him back to the team that you bought him from, literally, like we're in the middle of July. The season just ended like in May, and you loan him back for 8 million. It's one of the worst bizarre transfers ever. Like, it's weird. It's like the Frank Lamp. It's like the Lampard when Lampard went to Man City. Just a bizarre transfer. Like, this is just a bizarre too, because it's the fact that you're loaning him back. So who, if I were to put the blame on, honestly, I guess you can only put the blame on the board, because they don't, whoever the sporting director is, he could, and I guess Tuchel. But that's the thing though. Did Tuchel really want Lukaku, or they were like, we couldn't find any other number 9 on the market. Lukaku was available, and we went for him, and he was like, "Okay, I'll just deal with it." But I don't know. I don't know if that's the thing, because I'm sure you just won the Champions League. Surely you gotta. Surely the sporting director and the board gotta actually the final say. Like, do you want Lukaku or not? Because because the only club I know that does that is kind of PSG, where they would buy players without really talking to the manager to an extent. I mean, like, it's a big transfer too. Like, you got to talk to the coach. There's no way like you just buy Lukaku like that. So I think Tuchel gets a little bit of the blame. I don't know the full story, but if Tuchel said he wanted Lukaku and he got him and he failed, that's on Tuchel. But again, but you could see why Tuchel didn't want Lukaku, because when you look at his days at Dortmund, right? He had Dembele on the wing, like PSG. He had Mbappe, Neymar. He loves having creative player like that. So Lukaku wasn't really a player that he really wanted, because when you look at it, look at the players he's trying to get now at Chelsea: Dembele and Raheem Sterling, dynamic wingers that can create chances and score goals. So Lukaku, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if Tuchel wanted him, or you guys just bought him because you guys just won the Champions League, you're the best team, or you're just trying to flex. I really don't know. That's why I say it's one of the bizarre, worst transfers ever. Like, so me, again, if I had to put the blame, it has to be obviously be on the sporting director, the board, or whoever was in charge of it, or even Abramovich, man, because it's his money. So surely he's like,
Because Vilton, according to the
oh, we,
report I read, Vilton, according to the report said 50% of the boardroom have a split when they want to bring in Lukaku. 50% was like, we don't want him because we have a present manager who plays a possession-based system. You can't bring this man in; it's not gonna fit. But the second part of the boardroom said, "This is what the manager wants. This is what we're gonna go for." In Granaskia, Roman himself, that because those are the two people that sanctioned Lukaku. It wasn't the board. The board was because there was a split in the boardroom that you can't bring a player like this and you expect him to work because you look at the manager we have, and we don't even
Abdullah.
have a sporting director. So the
that's
problem is,
Abdullah.
that's what I'm saying, because this was such a big transfer, so it had to be talked about, because this is Chelsea's most expensive player ever in the history of Chelsea. So it's a big transfer. So surely everybody had to come together: the manager, sporting director, board member, CEO, whoever is involved in transfer. They all had to come together and come to an agreement, because there's no way like a sporting director just doesn't even talk to the manager and just break the bank, break the transfer market fee. Yeah, because Lukaku is the most expensive striker of all time. Yeah, he is. Because at first it was Torres, then yeah, so Lukaku broke the record. So that's why I'm like, and you guys obviously bought Morata after, but yeah, so I don't know, man. But maybe now we're in a new era. You guys have Todd Bowley. Obviously now he's dealing with this mess. What a way to start it with this mess. So he has to deal with it. Maybe Chelsea might.
But are you a Chelsea fan?
Huh? What you say, bro?
Are you a Chelsea fan, bro?
he's a Madrid
No, I'm
fans.
not a Chelsea fan. I'm a Madrid fan, bro.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, that's why I said this is one of the weirdest transfers I've seen, man, in a while. So, but it is what it is. I mean, you cut your losses, but this is the crazy part. If Lukaku, let's say he flopped under Inzaghi, they could just send him back to you because he's on loan.
I'm
They
praying to God. I will pray with all my heart. He has to succeed. I need that money back.
they would just send him back to you
Bro,
at the end of the season if he flops.
bro, trust me. Sorry, Fulton. This guy
Your
is
mic
not
is
going to
breaking off.
repeat.
Your mic is breaking off. Can you go? It's kind of breaking off. We don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. It's breaking.
Okay,
Yeah, your mic.
let me switch
It's
off.
not clear enough.
good
Okay.
news.
Guy me, how you doing, bro?
Hey, my people.
How you doing?
On hailings.
GoneKaku is gone. Your take on it?
Yeah, no, Lukaku. Yeah, Lukaku's a fraud, man. Yeah, I thought Lukaku was Apparently, like what Wilton was saying, right? Lukaku was never Tuchel's pick. He never wanted him. In fact, it was going to cause a row between him and Granaskia. The only reason probably Granaskia was him and Granaskia didn't fall out, like how Granaskia and Lampard fell out, was because Granaskia and him have a good relationship, right?
Yeah.
So the thing was, Granaskia kept telling him, hey, give him an opportunity here, help him, don't say bad things in the press, manage the whole situation, blah, blah, blah. Tuchel did as much as he could, but the ability of Lukaku kept showing every day, right? He just wasn't the right fit. There's nothing. See, the worst thing you can do for a footballer is bring him into a team when he's not the right fit. You're playing possession-based football. You need players that are good technically on the ball. When they have the ball on their feet, they can make magic. They can make things happen. We still have a couple of players that are suited for just counter-attacking. And that's why, and then you have Lukaku who just was not the right fit. I probably have preferred we bought, a midfielder, last season because we're going to get Tchouaméni until, this Lukaku thing popped up. We're going to get Tchouaméni for 40 million. They already gave us Tchouaméni for 40 million euros. And guess what? All of a sudden, there was a U-turn. Marina wanted to go get Lukaku. In 10 days, she got Lukaku. I was like, geez, she paid 100 million pounds too. So the thing is, Lukaku used Chelsea, Inter gained from Chelsea. And I think that is one of the reasons why Marina is no more, I believe that's why there was a reshuffle this week, right? Bruce Bock had to leave. Bruce Bock's part in in a lot of things, all the things he's been part of, right? He's been part of, that Super League. He's been part of, a lot of, shady stuff during the transition when he was, granting, interviews to the Ricketts and all that. So for Lukaku, Jay-Z just helped this guy, right? Because Jay-Z used his influence and talk to people like that know Boli to allow this guy go. And I think that's what it is. But I don't think anybody's going to bail him out next. He better balls in Inter.
Even the ultras in Inter said the fans should not welcome him, that he has to prove himself first.
He took a pay cut though.
Yeah, he did.
He took a huge pay cut from 12 million.
40 million. It took 40 million.
12 million net to 8 million. So he's earning 8 million a year, which is less than 200,000 euros a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took a huge pay cut. Huge pay cut.
Damn. I don't know what they say, man. Lukaku, GoneKaku, you're gone, and you're gone.
Yeah, I don't care about Lukaku
I don't want to ever see you near my club again.
No, he's not even. The day he comes down for bridge, you'll be booed like crazy.
And the funny part about it is, Emmy, you might face them in the UCL.
Yeah, let them come. We'll be fair. Yeah, we'll come and play ball. I believe the players that Chelsea is going to go for now. I think the way Tuchel wants to play, he wants to play with inside forwards. Yeah, he doesn't want to play. He probably doesn't. He doesn't want to play with a pole striker. He wants to play with forwards that can actually, make movements and get through on goal. So
yeah,
he doesn't want to play with a standing number 9. It's very interesting because as Tuchel is changing his style to play with inside forwards, this guy, what's his name? Pep is going to go get a real striker.
Yeah. Fair enough. So we'll see how that was gonna work out. Daniel, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, you can hear me, Abalabi?
Yeah, I can hear you very well. Lukaku finally is official. It will be an Inter Milan player. Like,
coming back. My son is back. My
Your
son is
son is
back.
back, finally back. You see, do you think he's gonna ball out? Because I'm hearing the Inter Ultra said he has to prove himself first before you guys can allow him back to San Siro. He has to prove himself and show the fans. Yeah, I made a mistake going back to this. I'm love here. I really want to prove myself and show how good of a player I am.
But like is man, he's been tripping. After one goal he scores, they're gonna take him back. We all know it goes in football, but like you just see that one goal back, he celebrates and everyone's gonna love him again. But he will be welcome back, but like
He's gonna be welcome back.
of course he's gonna be welcome back. And this guy scored the first goal, but he's gonna be taken back.
Fair enough. I just hope he performs so we can get that money back. We've lost. We had a huge loss. We gotta get that money back.
Yeah,
That was a big deal.
You ain't getting my money back, but like
Well,
even if he succeeds, where is he gonna give the money back? Yeah, at most we get 60 mil. At most it's 60.
no, because I'm hearing that. I don't know. You have to let me know. I'm hearing the deal is like 2 years, 1 year first. He is gonna perform in Italy. Then when the season finishes, you're gonna pay another loan fee for him. Then the third year is gonna be like a 20 million permanent deal. Is that right? Because that's what I'm hearing.
I'm not too sure. I know this loan is 8 million plus 4 million for performances. I think if Inter win the league, Chelsea gets another additional 4 million. But I'm not too sure what the other years because I think FIFA did something weird that you can't have a 2-year loan anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's a gentleman's agreement behind the scenes of where he'll be loaned back again next year, but I'm not too sure.
Because the report said it's gonna go to Inter Milan 1 year when the season or before the season finishes towards April, May. The Inter gonna talk to Chelsea and start to second another loan deal again. So then the third year is gonna be official, like permanent official obligation for like 20 million.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but it sounds plausible. It sounds like a backward though.
Because it was officially supposed to be 2 years before, but because of the FIFA rules and everything, it was cut to 1 year.
Right.
That was it. So they want him to perform first. See how he's gonna perform. Then they're gonna talk to Chelsea and start to second another loan deal for him to stay. Then maybe after the third year, they'll make it official, like in terms of permanent deal, officially gone. Yeah. But we'll see.
I can honestly, I don't think he ever wanted to really leave though. I think he was forced out.
We'll see though. Damn, Lukaku. I wish you best of luck.
I think he will do well though, because he got Lautaro back. I think Inzaghi's gonna have him more facing towards the goal.
Paulo Dybala is joining too. Paulo Dybala.
Or hopefully Paulo lands.
Yeah.
We still got Hakan in the back. We still got Barella. We still got Brozovic. So I still think he got a good chance to win the league again.
Yeah, fair enough. So, I'm gonna talk about something else.
You talk about LD already?
Yeah, Sadio Mane. Let me come to Vuitton on the Vuitton is official. Sadio Mane will be joining Bayern Munich, 3-year deal, and I think he'll be making 250 if I'm not mistaken. He'll be earning 250. Vuitton, Sadio Mane, officially a Bayern player. But there's a complication because I'm hearing the sporting director and the what's called Oliver Kahn and the sporting director are saying they want Lewandowski back when the preseason start. But Lewandowski said he won't turn up. He will not even show up for the training. Whatever they can say whatever they want to say. He's not turning up for the training. So how do you see this transfer going? Who's gonna win between Lewandowski and the boardroom? Because this is a complication. This is a big deal.
Honestly, Lewandowski needs to grow up, man. Like, come on, bro.
He said it's not going to turn up for the preseason. He's not showing up.
First of all, let me speak on the Mane transfer. Like, I think it's a good signing for Bayern Munich. I think it's a good signing. I think it's a good transfer for both parties. Liverpool got money out of it, and Bayern Munich got a guy who's 30 years old. I know he's 30, but in modern football, being 30 isn't that bad. Like, I mean, Benzema just had the best season of his career at the age of 35. I'm not saying Mane is like, I don't know. Everybody ages differently, but the guy takes care of his body really good. He barely gets injured. He's a professional. He shows up. He just had one of his best seasons in Liverpool. I know he didn't win much in Liverpool, but he won the AFCON with Senegal. He was one of the best players in the AFCON. He was one of the key reasons why Liverpool got to those cup finals, like the FA Cup semi-final, with brilliant performance versus City. The Champions League final, I thought he was good. He just didn't score, honestly. It just Courtois didn't want to concede against Salah and Mane that day. So he just came back from a good season. He didn't start well in the first half of the season, but the second half he just turned it on. So I think it's a good signing for Bayern. Obviously with the whole Lewandowski thing, man. I mean Lewandowski, come on. I don't get me wrong. I do understand where Lewandowski is coming from, because
Mm-hmm.
after what I've done for you, Bayern, you twerking for a kid named Holland
Ireland.
who hasn't even show anything to you guys, and you guys were twerking for him. I
Yeah.
guess he's kind of hurt from that, but you're still under contract. At the end of the day, you're still under contract. You can't just say you're not showing up to practice. You're under contract till 2023. But
Mm-hmm.
also, you should always sell a player. If the player wants to leave, you should always sell him, or just have him on the bench, not play out of like we did with Gareth Bale. Gareth
Yeah.
Bale
But
didn't
the
mind.
problem is
Didn't
because the
mind.
problem is Lewandowski said it's not turning up for the for
I
the
be like,
preseason.
he just saying that because he's gonna get fined, then because you're under contract, bro. You're under
Yeah,
contract till 2023.
Victor, this is the problem
I'm
now.
sure Bayern wants to sell him, but I mean, who
But
do you get right
Victor,
now
this
that
is the
must
problem.
keep his
This
50
is the
goals?
dangerous game Bayern are playing. If Lewandowski is insisting I'm not turning up for training, I'm not gonna show up. Bayern is gonna lose Lewandowski. Lewandowski will agree that I will get fine. I don't mind me getting fine as long as I'm not in that pitch. I'm fine. Now this is the dangerous thing Bayern doesn't want to do. You're gonna lose you're gonna lose Lewandowski. Now you don't want to be in a situation where you're gonna have an unhappy player in the dressing room. It's gonna cause a lot of catastrophe that they don't want to even have. They don't want it to happen at all. That's what Bayern are
It's
doing.
funny.
Let him go.
Yeah, you wanna. It's not that they want to let him go up to like one.
Mm-hmm.
You have to plan this type of scenario,
Mm-hmm.
because if you sell Lewandowski now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like who you gonna get to replace him?
That's what the problem is.
But there's another issue. Let's say Low. I think Low is gonna stay unless United buys De Jong for like I guess 80-90 million. Maybe they
Mm-hmm.
use that money to buy Lewandowski from Bayern Munich this summer. Unless some crazy stuff like that happen. But let's say Lewandowski stays, he's run out his contract. I mean, Bayern, you're gonna lose him for free, bro. You
Mm-hmm.
won't make any money. You won't make any money from his transfer. And a player like Lewandowski, who scored 50 goals a season,
Yeah.
for you to lose him free, it'd be pretty bad. But again, Lewandowski, man, like I don't know what's been happening, man. It's actually wild. This guy said something died inside of me.
Yeah. He said he's been willing to. He said he's been willing to speak for the past a year now. He's been
Yeah,
willing to
like
do
it's
that. He hasn't
something
had the time
died.
to talk.
But what's wild about it, right? I mean, a guy like Nagelsmann, like Julian Nagelsmann, he's a very young manager. Lewandowski, for crying out loud, is older
They're the
than
same age,
Nagelsmann.
Victor. They're the same age. They're the same
So
age.
I don't know if Julian
Wait,
Nagelsmann
are they
has
the same age?
no,
33 years
no,
of age.
Lewandowski's older. Lewandowski's the older.
How
I
old
think by like
Lewandowski?
a year.
It's 33. He will be 34 this year.
I
Nagelsmann is
think either
33.
Nagelsmann is 30, and I think Lewandowski's 34, right?
He
I
will be
believe, yeah.
34 in September. He will be
Okay,
34 in
yeah, yeah.
September.
Okay, so Lewandowski's 33 and Nagelsmann's 33. So I
Yeah.
don't think Julian Nagelsmann knows how to manage like type of stuff like that, man. I mean, he's a very, very young manager, but I mean, it's a big tough spot for Bayern to be on, man, because you have to let him go. You should never, ever, ever have a bad player that don't want to be there, unless you Gareth Bale, unless you Real Madrid. You let Gareth Bale run down his contract because you don't want to pay out his contract because if you lose a lot of money. But it is what it is. But I think Lewandowski stays, honestly. Again, only way I see Lewandowski leaves if United buys De Jong from Barca and Barca uses that money to get
Oh, okay.
Lewandowski.
Nagelsmann is 34. Nagelsmann is 34.
Okay, so Nagelsmann is older than him. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
by 5 months. But good signing for Bayern Munich, man. Mane is there, so yeah, I think Mane is gonna be a good signing. And in 3 more years he be 33. So this is
Mm-hmm.
his probably last big payout contract.
Yeah.
After that, then we'll see what he gets afterwards, and he's gonna be making 250 over there because Liverpool don't want to pay him, so he's over there. And honestly, I think Liverpool's gonna miss Mane a lot. I know he's not he's not gonna give he didn't give you the output that Salah's giving you, right? 30 plus goal a season,
Mm-hmm.
No,
and Salah's been very
but
consistent.
that work rate, man, that work
Yeah, but
rate,
yeah, I was just about to say that
the technical
his
things that
work
he
rate,
does.
his
Yeah.
clutch goals that he scored, that
I
89
actually, I
for
actually
them to
think
win the Prem.
he stepped back. He stepped back a little last season. Like Mane kind of stepped back, and he has been feeling like leaving for like over a year. So
Yeah,
he
you can
stepped back
feel
a
it.
little last season, I think.
It's like he wasn't feeling the love from the fans. Maybe that
He
died
wasn't
out a
feeling it.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, good for Mane, man. I think it's a good move. I know people saying, "Oh, Bayern got robbed," but I think it's gonna be a good move. Depends how it worked out. I think Mane's gonna give you at least 20 goals this season, at least in our competition. And
May I even
one
say
good
more
thing
than
for
that?
Mane, he's guaranteed success. He's gonna win the Bundesliga every year. So it's just how about the Champions League, and he's very good in this competition. Mane has been clutch for Liverpool in the Champions League, so we'll see what happened. And as for the whole Ondasi thing, man, like, why do you want to go to Barcelona so bad, bro? Like, they're in the middle of a revamp, bro. Jordi Alba's still their left back. Piqué is still their center back, bro. Eric Garcia, bro. Like, Ter Stegen is still their goalkeeper. Busquets is their midfielder, bro. They have Gavi and Pedri, 17-year-old kid, bro. Like, why is he twerking so hard for Barca, or is he just trying to get back at Bayern Munich for twerking for Haaland? It's weird, man. But honestly, I think Lewandowski stays. That's my 2 cents on this, man.
King, King Black,
Yeah, bro.
Sadio Mane officially a Bayern player on the 2025. And
Yeah,
Robert
I'm happy for my brother, man. I'm happy. I'm happy for him, man. I don't care. Like, he's good. Like, if he was my brother, like if he was my relative or cousin or something, I'll be gassed for him. I don't care. I don't care. That's the only thing we fans don't put into perspective. If he was our brother or something, we want a place where he's going to get more money because we know he deserves it. You get, you can't be paid less than Alexander Arnold or Matip or
Chamberlain is getting paid than him.
yeah,
Chamberlain.
you get, and Chamberlain
Wait,
has never been the first
Kimba.
team for the past. Yeah,
You know what I think he even killed Mane even more? That he saw that bum Lukaku not doing anything, making 350 grand a
and
week,
getting
and he's only making 100,
375.
and he's only making 100
Yeah,
grand a week, man. So
he
that
saw
hurt him
Haaland.
even
He
more.
saw Haaland made the move. He saw Haaland made the move for 370, and he was like, "There's nothing these guys can do that I can't." See, I don't care what he does at Bayern, bro. I'm gassed for him. I'm happy for him. I don't care. He has done what a legend is supposed to do for a club. If this guy wasn't African, if he wasn't black, I'm telling you, it's gonna be on like, like on a different pedestal to other players. Honestly, the way he galvanized the team, for me, I feel like, you see, the people give a lot of praises to Klopp and Pep and the rest. See, I give more praise to the recruitment, the structure of the club, than to the coach. Because if Klopp went to Chelsea that just signs players for vibes, they have Scott McCallan as the scout. Trust me, there's nothing you're going to gain with the club or anything. That's it. That's why Ancelotti can come from an Everton and win the Champions League and boss the La Liga out within a season. So for me, I feel like this guy has made the right decision. You can't be there and be paid less than your African brother. It was never going to happen because everyone has ego. Everyone has, this self-belief. And if you have worked to the point where Mane has worked, he has worked his way out, up to the top, at the top level, the Champions League and everything. I can't wait for the World Cup. Honestly, I want to see what Senegal do, and I want to see Mane score a couple of goals like in the World Cup. I'll be so happy for him, honestly.
And also Robert Lewandowski, where will this saga end now? We don't know what's going to happen because Lewa said he's not showing up for the preseason. He's not going to show up. And Oliver Kahn and the sporting director said they expect him to show up. And Lewa said, whether I like it or not, I am not turning up.
So he's pushing for a move to Barcelona.
He wants to leave. He said he's been dying to talk for the past 1 or 2 years now.
But why though? Like, I just asked
I
myself,
think
why?
the problem is it doesn't feel appreciated because there was a year where Bayern were twerking for Haaland. Robert Lewandowski was like, I'm here scoring you goals like 50 goals a season. You are twerking for Haaland, and after everything, you didn't even get Haaland. Now I'm stuck here right now. So, and he said he even want 3 years to, and Bayern said they're gonna offer him just 2 years. So it was like it doesn't feel appreciated. You just want to leave.
So this is not an issue of I want a new contract or not. This is just an issue of you want Haaland, and you don't appreciate me.
Yeah.
But I think that's stupid. That's dumb of Lewandowski. It's dumb. If they want another person, they want him, not necessarily because they want you gone. I don't know. It's dumb. If it's the issue of contract, you're not giving me a new contract. I want a new contract. I want to be paid for 500, or I want to be paid for
No. Even
450.
if, because the hierarchy said, even if they give him 3 years, what is the assurance that the way it's performing is going to be performing in the next 3 years?
But then he knows the financial situation of Barcelona, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like he's deaf not to know, or he's blind not to see what Barcelona is going through. Why is he pushing for Barcelona? Why is he pushing for Barcelona? Why?
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense to me. Like, if it was the situation of contract, they are not giving me 350. I want 350. I think I deserve 350. And then I would say, okay, Barcelona, Bayern Munich are fucked up. I think they should have given him 350, blah, blah, blah. But this one, you are just going on the basis of because they want to sign someone. That can't be the basis. He probably had something with Nagelsmann. It's like, how can this guy be my coach? This guy is just 34-year-old. This guy is a kid. That could be the reason. Ego-wise, I think that's enough reason. Honestly, if you look at, we are humans, right? If you just look at a 34-year-old, he's your mate. Because a 35-year-old for a 33-year-old is his mate. If you have a 35-year-old friend, he's your mate. So if you're like, how can this guy tell me not to, okay, don't cross the ball, instead of crossing the ball, just stay behind the defenders. You are going to get fed up at some point that, what's this guy saying? Because he doesn't know him from nowhere. Like, for me, I feel like the appointment of Nagelsmann is going to pull Bayern Munich much backwards. Honestly, if Dortmund was a serious club and they want to push for the title, I think they could push for the title this coming season. Because this Nagelsmann, I saw the matches he lost, big losses, 5-1, 4-1, Hoffenheim or something. I saw the way he plays them 3 at the back with Bayern Munich. How can you have Bayern Munich and play 3 at the back with Kimmich, Goretzka, Sané, and all those players in your team? This guy was regressing them back, and they think, okay, blah, blah, blah. I think Bayern Munich are actually focused on the wrong thing. They should be focused on that Nagelsmann. They should keep an eye on Nagelsmann. That guy, he's not good enough to manage that club, of a club of that magnitude. I used to say. So I think that's the reason why Lewandowski actually left, not because of whatever reason. I think it's just because Nagelsmann is just too young, and Lewandowski is looking at his age and looking at Nagelsmann like, bro, what's happening here? What's my future in this club? Okay, what's gonna happen next? Can you make the decision? Who's gonna come? Who's gonna win us the Champions League here? Because I'm scoring enough goals as I should. But how are we going to get to the Champions League semi-finals, quarterfinals, and final? Are we strong? Are you going to improve this squad? I don't see Bayern Munich being linked with any defender. I feel like Rudiger could have been perfect for Bayern Munich. Why are they not linked with defenders? Why are they stuck with Sule? Sule
has gone to Borussia Dortmund.
He has gone to BBV?
Yeah,
Really?
he's gone to Borussia Dortmund, yeah.
I
He also left because he wasn't appreciated enough.
But for me, I'm just happy with Mane. Because I think Mane is going to bang. Mane is going to bang, man. I don't even care how many goals he scores, man. As long as he's happy, we are good. We are good. Because he has made his money, he's doing a lot of things for his country.
Yeah.
He's a motivation for millions of people, millions of Africans all over the world. I'm Nigerian and he's Senegalese. And I'm really inspired by him, personally. And so a lot of people, millions of people are inspired by him as well. Can't compare him with someone who has always lived a royal life all his life and got to the point where he is and he got a new contract. No, he wants a better contract. He doesn't care. Who cares about what Liverpool does in the league? They're not going to. They probably won't win the league anyways. And the Champions League, they probably still flop again. Maybe the FA Cup. How long is he going to do that? What is he going to turn back to and say, okay, this is the medal I won? So I'd rather have him win the next 5 Bundesliga title than stick with Liverpool and just be roaming about with Salah, Mane, and Jota and the rest. Honestly, it could have been. It's a perfect time for him to leave, and he left, and I'm glad. Yeah.
Fair enough. Abdul, Sadio Mane was officially a Bayern player. And your take on Robert Lewandowski. And apparently, Robert Lewandowski and Bayern are fighting. Lewandowski is telling them, I'm not showing up for the preseason. Oliver Kahn is telling him, you have to show up. You have a contract until 2023. You have to fulfill your contract. And Lewandowski says, I don't care. Even if you find me, I am not turning up in that training pitch. You rather sell me or no, I'm not showing up. Abdul, your take on that. How does the fiasco end? And your take on Sadio Mane?
Big up to everyone. Can you hear me, guys?
You are too low, Abdul. You're too low.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, but you are too low.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now. It's better. Yeah,
Okay. It's good now, user.
it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
Okay. So for Mane, I think
Whose
I
mic
don't know
is
what
that? What's going on with the mic? Whose mic is that?
is
Is
my mic
somebody
that
hitting or are they doing some water? What's going on? Okay, continue, Abdul.
yeah, actually big up to everyone.
Finally, we
Dr.
can hear you clearly
Demi
now.
King. Um yeah, okay, thank you. The thing with Mane is I don't know what Chelsea has been doing all this while. I mean, we could have just got this guy, give him a
Thank
Lukaku's
you, my brother. Thank you.
and
Thank
get rid of
you.
Lukaku. You know, I
Thank
mean,
you.
what these guys that do all these negotiations, they call themselves football people. I don't know what they're
Honestly,
looking at or what they used to measure or what. I mean, Mane has been balling for like 4, 5 seasons
Mm-hmm.
for Liverpool, you know, on a very high level consistently. What more do you want? And another thing is, as I've said before, the guy said he doesn't feel loved. I don't think
Yeah.
it's really appreciated by the Premier League teams because they should all have been falling over to get a striker like this, you know. So I think he's one of those things which is, you know, player profile really. So in terms of him not being appreciated by
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool fans,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the nature of Liverpool football clubs. They always want a hero, so they want you to do heroic stuff. And if you don't do that, you know, they can't write a pretty heroic story for you, then it looks like they don't really appreciate you. But I think they really appreciate him. You know, I mean, they worship Origi because he plays 2 times for them a season and scored 2 goals in the dying minutes. You know, what does Origi do? I don't know. But they still kind of, you know, they're always, you know, they have appetite, big appetite for him for whatever reason. So I'm disappointed that he's actually gone to Bayern Munich, and I wish he had come to Chelsea. Um, well, I mean, you can only go to where people want you, and you know he's fortunate enough that a big establishment like Bayern Munich actually want him. So I'm really happy, but I hope they give him the same financial commiseration, really,
Mm-hmm.
with his level, because this guy is top draw,
Mm-hmm.
and people might say he doesn't score too many goals. Don't be surprised because Karim Benzema is 34 and he's just having his best season in his
Yeah.
entire career. So don't be surprised. This guy plays the difference between Mane and a lot of professional footballers is he still plays like he's 12 years old playing with his friends. That's
Yeah.
how he plays his football. So his mentality is not easy to come across in this kind of level. So don't be surprised if he banks in 35, 40 goals next season for Bayern, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I'm really sad to see him leave, and
Yeah.
I'll definitely be following him for sure.
And Robert Lewandowski. See, Abdul, where does he end?
So
Lewandowski has already told Bayern, whether you like it or not, I'm not sure. You can ban me, you can find me. That pitch, I'm not turning up. You gotta sell me or you do something about me. And Oliver Kahn,
no,
and that is Oliver Kahn, that is sporting director said, you have to show up next month in the training. And Lewandowski told them, heck no. Whether I like it or not, it's over between us. where does
in,
this end? Where does this end?
yeah, in terms of Lewandowski, I don't know what's wrong with him. I mean,
You
what he's
want?
doing is very unprofessional.
I think
You know,
the problem is I
no,
think
no,
it doesn't.
hold on,
Okay.
Abdullah. This guy is not 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, he's 30 something.
34. It's
He's
33. It'll be 34
Yeah,
this
okay,
September.
okay. So he's been playing at the highest level for like
Mm-hmm.
10 seasons now.
Yep.
He's the captain of the Polish national team.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's played. I think he played the last World Cup, or maybe Poland didn't qualify for the last World Cup. I'm not sure. So
Mm-hmm.
he's a top professional. So what is it about? I'm not going to turn up. I don't feel loved. I don't feel appreciated. How do you measure appreciation? You say they're looking at another player while you are delivering,
Mm-hmm.
but when they like these guys are meant to look after the interest of Bayern Munich, not to look after one player.
Mm-hmm.
So of course they're going to plan ahead of you, especially when you're over 30. Your responsibility is to keep delivering.
Mm-hmm.
Is your wage packet not equivalent to what you think your standard is? I don't know. I don't know what he wants from Bayern. I've never heard anything negative about him from the Bayern hierarchy or from the Bayern fans. So I don't know all this. I don't feel appreciated. I think he's just getting a little bit into his own feelings. And because he's 30 something and is well accomplished, nobody's pulling him aside and say, come on, get your acts together. What he's doing is totally unprofessional in my own eyes. And let him not kid around. Bayern has seen so many players. They can just pack him aside and just let him rot
Mm-hmm.
for the next one season. Life goes on.
Because do you know who Lothar Matthias is?
Yeah, I know a
Yeah,
lot of
he said because the problem is he said if Bayern doesn't want to keep Lewandowski, just allow him go because he said you cannot keep a player like Lewandowski in the dressing room that is not happy. That now you're gonna cause a problem between Lewa, the manager, and the players. Now even the fans will be like, let this man go. He's not happy.
no.
Let this man live. He's not happy.
Look, Abdullah, I can guarantee you that Bayern will allow him leave, but they will allow him to leave at a price. Yeah, if he's thinking they're going to rip off his contract
No, they said
because
it 50
he
million.
just says
Mhm.
if he's expecting them to just rip off his contract because he just woke up in the wrong side of the bed and he doesn't feel like being there anymore, they're not going to do that.
Mhm.
Trust me.
Yeah.
They're not going to rip off his contract. If somebody goes in and offers what they think is measurable to
Yeah.
his level, of course they're going to allow him to go. He only has 1 year left.
Yeah.
So
Bayern said they want him to fulfill his contract, but he said no. He just want to leave.
it doesn't matter. Look, they've got another guy who will deliver.
Yeah.
I don't think, but the thing is, if he wants to leave, there's a way of doing it for somebody with his own experience. And the thing is, if nobody offers anything for him,
Yep. I
they are
stuck.
not they are not going to just dispose his contract and say, okay, walk out of the building. No, they're not going to do that. That's not going to happen. So if nobody comes forward and he doesn't want to stay,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to rot in I don't know, maybe in the gym or in the reserve or somewhere. I don't know. So that's what's going to happen to him. So I don't know who's advising him, but it seems maybe somebody's not giving him the right advice. But then he should know. If you are 22 and then you can go, okay, I'm going on a strike. You have to sell me, yada yada yada. That's fine. But anyway, I'm really more worried about my own team. And
Mm-hmm.
if he wants to leave, I don't know why Chelsea does just go and offer like 20 million.
Chelsea
And let's
is the second option, followed by FC, followed by PSG.
look. I don't understand this option of this is my first option, second option. This is where I'd like to be. These are players complaining about not being loved by a club, what you
Mm-hmm.
can measure. So I'm sure you can negotiate him into another place that hopefully he will be loved.
Yeah.
And I tell you, if he gives us 40 goals, he will be more than loved in Chelsea.
He will
So
be.
let them just, I don't know, maybe pay Bayern like 20 million, 25 million, get him like maybe like 1, 2 years with an option to extend or something like that. Let's just get creative. I mean, this is a top
Yeah.
striker. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what this guy is negotiating in Chelsea, what they're doing, because this is another top striker that is practically available. and will be available for nothing on the
Yeah,
market.
I
So
agree.
why are we not going for him again?
We shall
Everybody
see.
wants to go to Barcelona. It's not only him, but Barcelona cannot buy everybody, and Barcelona is even broke if we follow what's out there in the media anyway. So Barcelona are looking for good deals left, right, center.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why Chelsea just don't get in and rip this guy off Bayern. Why are they watching the drama going on and on? You know, and then I've just heard this evening. I'm not sure to confirm.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to Taiwo Iwoni. I
Yeah.
heard the new Premier League team,
Yeah,
Nottingham
Nottingham Forest.
Forest.
Yeah, it's
I
official.
heard it.
I think he will join them this week.
Okay, so
Yeah,
good
Dava
luck,
Winnie is joining. Yeah,
because I've been following this guy since he was the under 16 in
yeah, he
2013.
will join Nottingham Forest. Yeah, he will join.
Yeah, so I hope he's able to come and
Mm-hmm.
establish himself as well. So yeah, that's all I've got for the moment.
Emmy, Sadio Mane, our brother, and Robert Lewandowski. Where will this saga end? I am waiting to just where the saga end because Bayern fans are hungry that this is where they're angry with two things. They're angry with Oliver Kahn and the sporting director here that
Uh-huh.
a man has come out publicly and tell you he doesn't want to be here. Sell him out. Just let him go.
I
Why do you
think
want
I
to
think
let him go?
Lewandowski is tired of the Bundesliga. Like
He's tired. He
he's
wants to
he's
leave.
been in the Bundesliga since 2011.
Is it 11 or 12? Because we won the
No,
UCL
he was there before. No,
2013.
he didn't win he didn't win the UCL until the last 2 years, right? It
Yeah,
was
he's
in
been there.
2013 final with Borussia Dortmund.
Mm-hmm.
They played Bayern Munich in that final. But the thing is, the guy is tired of Bundesliga. He spent more than 10 years playing in the same stadium. Remember, the Bundesliga doesn't really change a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much the same stadium. The guy is tired. He just needs somewhere else to get himself motivated, to keep playing his game. And if I was Bayern Munich, the guy has given me his best years, his best productive years. He has 1 year left. I'll just say, hey, it's okay. I just have a one-on-one conversation with him. He says he wants to leave. Just get a price, good money for him, and just let him go and replace him. Because I don't, yeah, I don't fancy, a young coach like Nagelsmann with a player of
Mm-hmm.
with so much experience like Lewandowski not wanting to be there. He'll be a distraction in our dressing room, period, right?
Yeah.
Or he's one of the leaders in the dressing room. I think they should just let him go. It's okay. Bayern Munich, they need to just have their pride,
But Bayern
somewhere.
said he has 1 year, he has to fulfill his year. But Levant said, never, never. I'm not showing up.
Yeah,
Whether
but
you like it or not.
yeah, and he's not going to be motivated. He's going to cause distraction.
Exactly.
Yeah, people are going to.
And the fans is going to be angry that let this man leave. It's going to cause a lot of shock because the fans will be like, he doesn't want to be here. Why are you letting him stay? Just let him leave. Let him go.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
your take.
I have to take a call. Just
No worries.
continue.
No worries. So, or Victor, what do you think? Because my belief is, player like Lewandowski, we know how experienced he is. But him telling Bayern that he doesn't want to even beat it, that he want to leave, there must be a reason that is giving them that he
Yeah,
doesn't want to, he just want to go.
he's just in pain, man. They just need emotional healing, man. They just him, with Oliver Kahn, the Bayern Munich
Mm-hmm.
board, all the board, man. But they need to have a meeting with him and just talk it out, man. Like grown man. They need to cry together, man. They need to remind each other why they need each other, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is some BS, man. And I respect Bayern Munich. And honestly, they have a strict policy. They're one of the say what you want to say about the Bundesliga, but Bayern Munich are a very, very run club. They
Mm-hmm.
don't break the bank for nobody. They have a
Yeah.
strict policy. They have a
Yeah.
wage structure. They don't break their wage structure for anyone. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lewandowski knows how the club works. And Bayern, unlike Bayern is in PSG, right? They're not gonna bend over and let a player decide what to do. So Bayern Munich, they're standing firm. Oliver Kahn is saying that Lewandowski's on the contract, so he's expected to be here during preseason.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm expecting them for him to be there. Obviously, he's gonna be like a party pooper, right? He's gonna be bad. The locker room might not be the same because the guy wants to leave. I don't know if because he could just be mad. You know how we are, like we know how people are. You could be mad
He's
on that
really,
day.
really angry. He's really
Yeah, you
mad.
could
He
just
doesn't
be
want to
really
forget.
angry, then you just forgive the person for hurting you. But it doesn't seem
Mhm.
like. But the fact that this guy went on on TV and said something just died inside of me. That's wild to say,
Exactly.
man. Like
That's big. That's
what died
very big.
inside of you? Like
He said
what
he's been
died
willing to
inside
talk
of
for the past. He said he's been willing to talk for the past 1 year.
But it has been very fishy to me. I had a feeling he was gonna leave because all last year you've been hearing contract extension. He hasn't signed it.
Hmm.
He hasn't signed it. He hasn't signed it. I mean, and if he were to sign an extension, this would be his last big payout. I would assume because I mean,
Hmm.
if you were to sign an extension, it'd be what for 2 years, 3 years, I think 2, 3 years.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So it'd be his last big paycheck if they were to increase his wages. But I mean, I'm obviously the only club he's been linked with is Barcelona. Even him, he's been speaking about Barcelona. But I
Hmm.
mean, Barcelona at the moment, unless you don't give a damn anymore, unless you don't care about winning Champions League, you don't want to win Ballon d'Ors anymore. You just want to go to a historic club. Fine, go to Barcelona. Go join Xavi in the project that he's having over there with the likes of Pedri, Gavi, Ferran Torres, and so on and so on. So you go join that project. But if you want to keep showing that you're the best, you got to have a team competent around you to compete. Because at the moment, no disrespect to Barca, they're just not good enough. Like they're just a runner-up team. They just they're just not good enough. They're not good enough to even win La Liga. They're not
Hmm.
definitely not good enough to win the Champions League. I mean, if Lewandowski goes there, obviously he makes Barcelona compete. He's gonna make them compete. But I mean, your goals can only do so much when you concede a lot of goals. Like it really
Hmm.
doesn't matter if you don't matter how many goals you're scoring. If I'm Lewandowski, honestly, just put up a tough face, man. Just stay in Bayern Munich, man. You can have
Yeah.
Mane on the wings. You can have Sane on the wing with you. Gnabry, Coleman, Muller behind you. Because at Barcelona, it's a very different team, bro. You have Muller behind you. That's like a
Hmm.
freaking. This guy just went non-stop, man. He's like 30 plus years old. This guy still has limitless stamina. At
Yeah.
Barcelona, you don't have that. It's a very different type of play style. And I don't
Yeah.
know if you suited to Barcelona at the moment. Like
Hmm.
but it's his choice. At the end of the day, it's Lewandowski's choice. He wants to make the best decision for him. I hope he's not doing it out of hate. I hope he's actually thinking about the decision because
Yeah.
doing the decision when you're not thinking straight, out of hatred, out of love, it's never good. You should always do it when you're clear minded. I mean, he's on vacation right now, so he should be clear minded. But man, honestly, man, just stay at Bayern Munich, man. Stop twerking for Barcelona, man. Like it's sad, bro. Bro, Bayern Munich literally does anything they want with Barcelona, man. Come on, man. Like the amount of time you guys have embarrassed Barcelona, man, and you out here twerking for a club that's in disgusting financial debt, man. And come on, man. It's just bad, man. It just uh,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
about yeah, Bernard, you're right. Aubameyang looks good, but he's not winning La Ligas and Champions League over there. Like it's the same thing with Harry Kane. Harry Kane looks amazing at Tottenham, but why do rival fan banter him? He doesn't win anything. I mean, if you
See,
know Nusky, I
mental.
mean, if you're cool with winning Copa del Rey, Super Cup, if you're cool with that, go to Barca. It's the same with Harry Kane. Like Harry Kane I think he's a fantastic footballer, but people
Hmm.
don't give him credit because he doesn't win major trophies.
It's
I
a
think
tough.
it'd
Yeah.
be the same thing for Lewandowski if he goes to Barca. Oh, he could prove me wrong. Or if he joins Barcelona this summer and Barca wins La Liga ahead of us, I'll be in shock if that happens. Or even win the Champions League. He could prove me wrong, but at the moment, man, just stay in Bayern Munich, man. Like it's the best thing to do in my opinion, man. Honestly.
Fair enough. Let me come to Abdul on this.
I think
Abdul,
the guy just wants a new experience. That's all, and he's a bit flat. Too much success. There's no there's no new goal you want to.
I just want to move out of that place.
Exactly. He's probably maybe like if he says something dies
Yeah, he
inside,
said it's something died inside me. I was like, what?
yeah,
What's
he
going
has to
on?
change his environment. We know
And
that.
I've been saying it. Even Bayern fans are even angry right now because they said he has come out and publicly said that he wants to leave. Let him go. You don't need, forget about him having a 1 year contract. You can't have an unhappy player in the dressing room. Let this man leave. Let him go.
Yeah.
If Barcelona are
Can't
bringing
you
40 million, accept and let him go. Simple.
Yeah, I mean he can do it the way Varane did. Varane been like at Madrid for a long time, and he wanted a new challenge, wanted a new environment. He didn't like do it in a unprofessional way. He did it in a very professional way.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's wrong with this guy, man. To be honest with you, but then if I were Chelsea, I would get in, man.
Mm-hmm.
Get 2 years off him. He's
Yeah.
33. Yeah, that's good. Zola was 30 when he came
Mm-hmm.
to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Makalele was 30 when he came to Chelsea. Balak was 30 when he came to Chelsea. So it's nothing unheard of. He's still a top striker. So I see no reason why Chelsea is not out there really.
Fair enough. Abdul, Michael Edward is potentially the strong favorite to be the director of football for Chelsea Football Club. So he's the former director of Liverpool. He was the one that orchestrated Van Dijk, Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Ibrahim Konate, and co to the club. So, and apparently, he's who Todd Bowley won for him to orchestrate the team in terms of going forward. He is the strong favorite. Even there have been some reporter have been saying that Todd Bowley won him, and I think according to ESPN reporter Mark Ogden, who said it's also intriguing to join Chelsea in terms of what Todd Bowley is going to give him as a project and what he wants him to do in terms of how he want to build a team. So he's also intrigued and ready to join. So Michael Edward might be the sporting director going forward for Chelsea Football Club. Your take?
You already know my stance when it comes to director of football,
Mm-hmm.
and we can all talk about director of football position or role all
Mm-hmm.
night. Number one, I think most of them are overrated. Like 90% of them are overrated because you cannot tell me from all the top teams, you cannot tell me a director of football discovered a player that has not been known.
But Michael Emalali did well for Chelsea, though. He discovered Kevin De Bruyne, Mohamed Salah, Oscar. He did very
Look,
well.
look, so you didn't see Oscar at the 2012 Olympics.
Olympic, I did, but Emmanuel discovered
So
him.
no. Hold on. There's a difference between discovering. Discovering means he's unknown. Nobody knows him.
Mm-hmm.
I picked this kid up from Guinea. Nobody has heard of him. There's no football player out there that is unknown, especially if you have the talent. He might not be global, he might not be popular,
Yeah.
people might not be aware of him,
Mm-hmm.
but don't tell me he's not known. You get it? People in their locality will always know them. So for me, I think number one, they are overrated. That's number one. I mean, director of football. Number two, you have to be careful with these people. You don't use them. You have to be careful how you use them so that they don't start undermining the manager or the coach of the first team. So you have to make them answerable to the manager, in my opinion, not the
Mm-hmm.
manager answerable to them. What what a football club needs, a top football club, or even an average football club, is they need a very good, effective, and efficient recruitment team. Sorry, scouting
Right. Mm-hmm.
scouting team, and then obviously somebody has to be ahead of that scouting team. That is what a top club or an average club should have. I don't know what these guys bring to the table. You might said I don't know. You said he did something with Van Dyke,
Yeah, it was the one that brought in Van Dijk to
the Van Dyke
Liverpool.
deal.
Sadio Mane,
But
Sadio
didn't you know Van
Mane.
Dyke before he went to Liverpool?
It was in Celtic before. It wasn't this known, but
No,
it was
no,
good in Celtic. It was in Celtic
no.
from
But didn't you
Celtic.
know Van Dyke? No,
I
no. I'm
did.
saying about you.
I know Van Dijk.
Exactly.
I did, but
So why do I need somebody to tell me Van Dyke is a good? I don't know what do
it
these
wasn't
guys
that.
do.
It wasn't this Van Dijk right now. It was okay in Celtic. It wasn't this like Virgil Van Dijk we know right now.
No, we're not talking about when he was in Celtic. We're talking about when he was in Southampton.
When it was
You
in
know,
Celtic,
when 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 Mane was in Southampton, we all knew him.
Mm-hmm.
So what did what did a director of football facilitate there? You see, this to me, a director of football is
Mm-hmm.
something I call, jobs for the boys. You just look for a job for somebody and you just give it to him. I don't really know what their impact is to the overall success of the team, to the overall success of the club football wise. And when you start pushing wedges where the manager is answerable to and they start undermining the manager, that's
Mm-hmm.
when you start having problem. I'm sorry to say I'm not one of those that really think too highly of them. So I don't know, maybe you guys like director of football or whatever. I don't know what they do, especially in big teams, because big teams buy big players, top players,
Yeah.
and most of these players are already out there known.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what they are discovering that we don't yet know.
Okay, no problem. So, Vilton, Michael Edward. I know you kind of heard of him before. So your take on Michael Edward going forward, because that is what Todd Bowley wants in terms of him come in being the new sporting director of Chelsea Football Club. He wants Michael Edward, and I think Edward also is also intrigued to join the club. So your take on Michael Edward?
I don't really know much
He's a
about.
former
I don't
he's a former sporting director of Liverpool.
see. Like I'm with like me, honestly, Abdullahi, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could care less about sporting director, man. As long as you bring success to my club, man, I don't give a crap about like scouting and stuff like that, man. I really don't, cause I really don't like when we bought Vinicius Rodrigo, I was excited. I was like, obviously, I've watched the Brazilian league a little bit from time to time, like on
Mm-hmm.
Saturdays when the games are on. Like I think the last Copa Libertadores final that we saw last year was utterly garbage, but it was still
Mm-hmm.
entertaining to watch just because it's Brazilian. You know how hard they love their football down there. But me
Mm-hmm.
personally, man, honestly, like sporting director, it sounds like a cool name, man. Sporting director. At the end of the day, man, like it's like Real Madrid, like I mean, they go and buy the big stars, right? You rarely hear anything about the Castilla, the Real Madrid B team, which is the Castilla. I mean, to be fair, I know some of the players in the Castilla, like the likes of Peter who got promoted, Guti Guerrero. So, but I'm saying that, man, honestly, big clubs don't have time to develop players, right? That's why they buy them young and they loan them out to like smaller clubs to develop them. Or sometimes you could find like a hidden gem, like for example, Messi. At the age of 18, they already knew this guy was gonna be world class. Iniesta, Xavi, and so on, Neymar, and so on. But I mean, sporting director, what is their job? Like, what is their job title? Are they supposed to do exactly? Because
Okay,
I'm confused. Like,
I think their job is to help the manager choose the kind of player that implement the style of play they want to play in terms of the profile of player
wait,
they
wait.
have.
So the sporting director, he's a coach too, then. So he
Mm, I don't-
knows how football works. He's not just there for numbers. He's
mhm.
not just there
Yes.
to
It's
okay
there to
because
help the coach also
okay
providing the profile of player he wants, because every manager
okay
is different. So
because
if every
I
player,
would assume the coach like say tell the sporting director this is the profile of player that I want, and the sporting director
exactly,
goes out there to find the best deal
yeah,
possible for him to
hmm
get.
yeah,
Because I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, like it's cool having a sporting director, good sporting director. I mean, I guess it is an important job because we see how bad United are run. I
yeah,
mean, to be fair though, United is run bad as a football club, like what they're supposed to do on the pitch, but commercial wise and in a business way, they run properly. If you look at it, United revenue is insane. Like they bring the most revenue in the Premier League, which is insane. And we make fun of them, we banter them, but the Glazers they know how to run a business. They do it right.
yeah.
They know how to like
Let,
market
let's
their
not,
players and stuff like that.
let's not get it twisted. Liverpool might not find a player like Salah and Mane again for the next 40 years. So let's not get it twisted. It's what they've got from Salah and Mane is a very unusual kind of scenario that might be difficult for them to encounter again. they think they think they haven't lost a player in money. Let's see what the new boys they've just brought in. Let's see what they're going to deliver. And when Salah leaves, where are you going to get that kind of winger again? These are kids who are like obsessed with football, and for every game, these kids believe that they have something to prove. It's like saying a Ronaldo. It's not easy. You might not find Man United might not find another Ronaldo in the next 50 years. So this thing is just more than ability. So for somebody to say he discovered Mane.
But again, guys. But again, like you have to understand. Like for me,
Sorry,
like
Vilton, am I
it's more.
making sense or am I just digressing to some?
No, you making sense, bro. I see what you mean. Like, I see what you mean. But I mean, somebody has to say they discover the talent. So somebody has to take credit for it. So but again, it might, maybe we don't know the depth of the sporting director, but it must be an important job because
Yeah, they
but
work
again
closely
though,
with the manager. They work closely with
there's
the
a lot
manager.
of casual fans that says that when you go on any social media platform, they, especially United fan, we need a better sporting director. Tolson was twerking about Luis Campos from PSG. Oh, we have the sporting director. This guy's gonna help us win Champions League, this and that. I guess it's an
Yeah,
important
how
position,
does that
but
work?
Bro,
How
bro.
does that, how does
Sorry,
that
can I
work,
come in?
man?
Yeah, you can
oh,
go
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 ahead,
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
go ahead,
Yeah.
Kenneth.
Yeah, like for me, sporting director. I think you guys are downplaying their impact on the game, on on the team, on the structure of the club. See, because no matter how we say, like we have had Marina run the club, like he knows how the team is supposed to play, like he knows how he doesn't, and she doesn't rather. She doesn't know how the team there's supposed to be a structure, there's supposed to be a continuity or anything like that. Is the director of football that comes in, they'll be like, okay, he's gonna meet with the coach and be like, okay, how would you like to play? Is it 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-2-2? Or do you want a defender who can play as this or who can play as that? You can't, if there is no one like that who can actually communicate and who has the connection. Don't forget, these guys, they have the connection with agents all around the world that can tell, that can actually easily negotiate. Like there's going to be an easy negotiation. This guy actually, he was not sacked. He actually was like, okay, it's time at Liverpool. Looks like it's going to come to an end, but his assistant is just as good as him, so he's going to step away. And just because he has run the club for like 10 years, and okay, it's time to step away and just allow a fresh idea. If you check his quote, this guy is a genius. It was like he's going to have allowed the coach, probably he's younger than him, to have he has a fresh idea on his head. Because if you have the 2012 idea, it's different from 2022 idea of footballing idea. So he was like, okay, I'm going to step out, just to allow my assistant to because he's just as good and he has a fresh idea of how the team is supposed to work and how everything is supposed to be done. These guys, they know what they know. They see, you guys are downplaying how good or how important a director of football is. Michael Edwards, if you check his track record, you'll be wowed. You'll be wowed because Liverpool used to sign players just by signing. They just sign players, and the Caro they just sign you. They just sign you because you are the hottest prospect in the Premier League. You score 17 goals. They're going to sign you. But with this guy, the first it took them a while anyway. I'm not going to act like he just came and he became an instant success and all that. But as soon as Jurgen Klopp came into the game, into the sport, and it was like, okay, this is how I like to play. I like to play a highlight. He's the one that said, okay, you want Marigote? Okay, Marigote is good, but he only did this at this international level. What has he done for the league? What has he done for you to say, okay, this is the player you want. Okay, we have Mo Salah here, who you can he's been exceptional. He's very quick. He can give you the goals and he can give you the assist. Can you? I think you should look at this guy, and then you look at him and okay, I think Mario Götze might actually not be the best. Okay, you can bring in Mo Salah. If you allow Thomas Tuchel to just to just say I want Richarlison and in just this guy, he has a good track record. Like that's just what I want to let you guys know, because he brought in Alexander Arnold, he brought in De Robertson, and these guys were not in Barcelona, they were not in Liverpool, or they were not playing in the top European leagues. But he knew the mentality was good, he knew they were good enough. Look, Virgil van Dijk was at Southampton, but he saw his leadership capability, even playing at a lower league, at a lower club. He saw his leadership ability. A coach would never have time to see different players all around the world's ability. It's not possible. It's not. Even Pep has like 3 directors of.
King, can I ask you a question?
What?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm all for somebody helping the team or somebody helping the club to find a player. Okay, but my question is where my own argument is who is this guy answerable to? Is he answerable to the manager? So let's say he comes to Chelsea now. Will he be answerable to Thomas Tuchel?
Yeah,
Or he'll
it will
be
be to
answerable
Tuchel. Yeah.
hold on, Abdullah.
Okay.
Or he'll be answerable to Todd Bowley.
See, the thing is, he's going to be the link in
No.
between.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
My question is very simple because that's where my argument lies. Who is this guy answerable to? Is he answerable to Thomas Tuchel or is he answerable to Todd Bowley if he's in a Chelsea setup?
What I'm saying is, he's answerable to the club. What's best for the club? He's going to come in.
So he's not answerable to Thomas Tuchel.
Answerable. What do you mean by answerable? Is it like the coach is going to tell me this is what I want and he's not going to say no?
No,
Or what do you mean by answerable? Because if you're saying answerable, he can listen to what Thomas Tuchel's idea. His ideology is what he needs.
We all know we've all worked before and we all know who we are answerable to in an organization, right? So what I'm saying is in the hierarchy, I'm not saying who is in an organization, you always have who you are answerable to. So you always have somebody who, if we're going to use the term boss, you have somebody who is your boss, somebody who you report to, somebody who is
not
immediately above you.
I get
Structure of an organization. So who is this guy answerable to?
I get. He's answerable to the club. He's answerable to Todd Bowley.
Yeah, who in the club?
He's answerable to Todd Bowley because he's coming in because Todd Bowley is the one appointing him.
That's my fear. Hold on. That's my fear because once he's answerable to Todd Bowley, right? You will find, I guarantee you will find scenarios where he's undermining the manager and he's in conflict with the manager. That's where the problem comes.
Hey, let me come in there. If Todd Bowley is giving
a Liverpool fan, this is a Liverpool fan now.
Wait. Okay, I'm a Chelsea fan. If Todd Bowley is giving Thomas Tuchel this much confidence, and then he's giving and he's appointing this dude, Michael Edwards, as the director of football. So he's going to come in and tell Michael Edwards, Todd Bowley, you guys are going to be working together. Like Thomas Tuchel, this guy has links everywhere. If you need a right winger, he's going to bring in the list of a right winger. is going to bring in compilations or whatsoever the data analysis or whatever Todd Bowley or whatever the club
Daniel
needs.
Franklin, yeah.
Yeah, whatever the club needs, data analysis, whatever, for you to see between the person you need and the person he thinks is the best for the club. So he's going to Todd Bowley is going to be like, so this guy is more like the link between Todd Bowley and Thomas Tuchel. So if Thomas Tuchel wants this guy, what's his name, Richarlison, this guy is going to come in like, Richarlison has been here, has been playing this thing. He's not good in tight spaces. Is this? Is that? These guys have a whole
Okay,
knowledge
so
of
let me
football,
let me
and you have to
set in on
track
that
record.
scenario. Let me set on that scenario for you. Okay, if Thomas Tuchel says, "I want Richarlison," he goes to Todd Bowley and he says, like, "I want us to sign Richarlison," and this guy Michael Edwards said, "Richarlison is not good. Don't sign him." Who do you think Todd Bowley should listen to? Who
So
should be
what happens? What happens?
final?
Yeah. What happens here? What happens at this point is Michael Edwards and Thomas Tuchel they have to come to a point of agreement. They have to agree, because even if Thomas Tuchel says he wants Richarlison, it's
No.
not sure.
See, what I'm
Bro,
saying,
it's
what I'm
not
saying
sure.
is what I'm
Whatever,
saying is so
bro,
simple, right? Let's not.
bro.
No. Let's not break it down into details. Okay, this guy will make tea, and this guy has to add the sugar, and this guy will add the milk, and whatever. Let's not go into details. What I'm saying is, in the hierarchy, let me give you a typical example. I can't remember which player, but Chelsea signed a young player. I can't remember which player during Carlo Ancelotti's time. And at the press conference, it's like, "Oh, Carlo, what do you think about the new player? And what made you bring in the new player?" Carlo said, "I don't know. It's the club decision. It's not my it's not my signing. Blah 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 blah." So it means a Millan signed that player
See,
without
bro.
approval.
Let me.
No. I'm giving you a real life instance now. It's not what I'm saying. So you want that kind of, at that point, I thought like, this is not a good look on the club. A manager of a club saying a player is not his signing, he's not aware of it, he doesn't know. The same thing happened with what's it
Bro.
called?
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Villas
But
Boas.
let me just
The same thing happened with Villas Boas. They signed another young player. Then we were signing a lot of young player. Then we brought a young player in, and Villas Boas says like, is the club's decision. Whatever the decision the
bro.
club make.
Yeah. I
Whatever,
get.
whatever. So
I
it
understand
means somebody is signing players that's not requested or approved by the manager. If that works for Chelsea, fine. But I will not suggest it.
What I'm
If you
saying is,
get anybody,
instead of what I'm saying is, instead of Thomas Tuchel coming straight to Todd Bowley to tell Todd Bowley that this is the player he wants, he talks to Michael Edwards. You get what I'm saying? This is the player I think I want, and this is the player. And Michael Edwards would be like, this player, do you think he is good for your system, and he is good for the continuity of this team? What I'm saying, that's exactly what I'm saying. So regardless of if it's this is the player the club wants, or they have to come into like an agreement or a consensus. This is between Michael Edwards and Thomas Tuchel, because this Michael Edwards is a scout and also a director of football.
And director of football, yeah.
He's not just a director of football who's just wearing suit. He's a scout, and he has a team of scouts. He has a scouting team. He has the experience, and a coach only has to do with tactics and how the club moves and how the clubs. A coach doesn't. A coach is supposed to just secure his job within his contract and just manage the team that is available to him. But the Michael Edwards is the link in between Thomas Tuchel, and he's the one to report. He's the one to report. He's the one to report to Todd Bowley that this is what we have and this is what we think is going to be best for the team.
No, these are all, writing up, cases and say, okay, this is what will happen, this is what will happen. But I am talking from instances that have happened in the past. When Jose Mourinho was at Chelsea the second time, huh, he did mention in a press conference saying, "Oh, somebody in Chelsea told him they wanted Chelsea to be playing that when he first came on board. Sorry, when he returned to Chelsea, the that somebody was emphasizing to him that we need to play with an identity, we need to play with an identity, and he asked the person what does identity means, you know. So this is somebody undermining the manager because you're director of football. Now you have to tell us what style of play we have to play. So let's not, color these people as if, it's all good with them. They have their own underlying, trick that they play from time to time as well. I mean, why will a director of football say we should play with an identity? Are you the coach? Are you the manager? Do you train the players? So don't underestimate how negative these people can be, especially internally within the club. It's all
See,
good to say you
I guess
want
what you
them.
said that
I,
too.
I, I get
Hold on,
what
let
he's
me get
saying.
the shot here.
I
Let
get
me get
what
the
he's
shot
saying,
here.
bro. Abdullah, I get what he's saying, but this guy is a guy that has an identity. Thomas Tuchel is not sampling. He's not the one just test running the team. He's not just test running the team. He knows how he wants to play. But Todd Bowley has no footballing. Todd Bowley is not a former coach or anything like that. You get, he just has an idea. He just loves the sport, and he's just like a fan, just like every one of us who is good in business and good in commerce and good. He knows how to put one or two or three together to make it four. He's probably good in negotiation or something like that to negotiate businesses. But he needs to bring footballing head who has experience at the top level. And then if you look at the player, this guy, Michael Edward, has gotten out of Liverpool, not the incomings, the ones he has gotten out and he has gotten good money out of. Coutinho and the rest, 140 million pounds, a lot of Lallana, Sturridge, a lot of players in the past. He has this history. He knows this. He picked Gini Wijnaldum from Newcastle, a relegated Newcastle team, to win a UEFA Champions League with Liverpool, and he sold him. Once he knew was going to get a. And when they were going to replace Wijnaldum, they didn't replace him with another quack player. They went and bring Thiago Alcantara, who was available in the market and who was suitable for the team. Because he's available doesn't mean he was suitable. He's suitable for the team. Lukaku was available. We got him notwithstanding either he's going to fit into the team, either he's going to suit Kai Havertz that we bought, either he's going to suit Thibaut Werner. We do not have a structure. We do not know. We do not communicate with the managers. This guy is going to be the communicator between the coach and the board. He's going to be the coach, the one in between the coach and the board, because you cannot expect the coach to always go and meet Todd Bowley, who is the owner of the club, every time. And if he has, if he's not comfortable with a situation and be like, he's going to be angry with the coach straight up. No, you can speak to this guy, and then it's going to be the decision of within Todd Bowley and Michael Edwards. You guys have seen it properly. You set up a team of scouts because you're a scout. A proper scout. It's not the scouts we have right now. See, this guy, Pep Guardiola, has 3 of these Michael Edwards working with him.
Yeah, he has 3 scouts that work with him personally.
So what is the job of the 3? So before you get Bernardo Silva,
I've already asked
before you get to Bernardo Silva, or before you get
I've
Erling Haaland, or before you get Raheem Sterling and Jesus go, you must have spoken to the people closer to you. This guy is going to be closer to Tuchel than Bowley. I understand Bowley trusts Tuchel. That's because there is no director of football. We are just running we are just running Chelsea like a money-making scheme, because you just have a chairman and we have Marina. We don't even know her role. So this guy is going to be the connection. That's why I said he's going to be the link, or like the connection between Tuchel and the board, and Bowley. Between Tuchel and Bowley. And because Tuchel, this guy, Bowley is going to put his trust in whatever this guy says. Michael Edwards must have spoken and come to an agreement with Tuchel, because Tuchel is not a scout. He doesn't have a team of scouts. He just has a particular pattern in his head. He's just human being like every one of us. He has a pattern in his head, and he has a vision. And with that vision, without proper people, a director of football who is a scout also, and who is good at negotiation to deal with him, footballing wise, how do you expect anything to work? We have to trust him. This is the best option. I think this guy is better than Paul Mitchell and everyone that we are linked with. It's much better, 10 times better. If you get out with Gini Wanadion from your first team and bring in Thiago Alcantara, it's an upgrade, serious upgrade. If you are getting, because Mane doesn't want to stay, you have to speak with the board. This guy doesn't want to stay. It looks like he's not going to accept the 250K that we accept to him. What do we do? They go out and scout immediately. They thought, okay, this guy, this is how he plays. They bring out data to club. They'll be like, well, we have Jota playing there. We have Luis Diaz now. How about we bring a striker? We don't even have a striker for years. And this guy is running out of contract. Firmino and Origi, we have gotten a loan. They're the ones doing that job. It's not the owner of Liverpool that is sending Origi on loan, and it's not club that is sending Origi on loan. You get it's someone in between, which is these guys. They're the ones doing the job. You get my point?
Yeah, like what Liverpool fans are saying. Let me go back to his comment. Saying when Michael Edwards was at Liverpool, it was a team of people and everybody would decide. But Tuchel personally is different than Klopp. Tuchel, I feel like it's not direct. Klopp is more of a company man. He also said with Michael Edwards, Tuchel will have a control, but it won't be like Pep level control. Sometimes Tuchel might not get his man, and Edward will also disagree with him. Which happens to Klopp too, because Klopp was looking for Julian Brandt and then Marco Reus and Maragose. Why Edward told him, you have Mohamed Salah and then Sadio Mane, you do whatever you want to do for you. You don't really need those kind of players because
that's why I said you can have.
the
That's why I said the coach can have an idea in his head.
Mhm.
That's all he has. Idea, tactics, and everything. But he cannot control how Jorginho will be able to, the ability. He can't control it. He needs someone to find that ability out. That's what I'm saying. Coaches, even if they have, even though they have assistant coach or whatsoever coach, they can't do it because a coach normally has this ego on them, like especially a very good coach. So they need someone who is very good. Why do you think Pep has been going about from club to club with the same set of people, 3 sets of scouts, 3 sets of directors, and say this is why do you think Antonio Conte will come to Tottenham and say bring Paratici in for me? Because this is the guy I want to talk with. I don't want to speak with the owner because I might get pissed off. Because he might tell me, why do we want to spend 50 million? I'll be like, is that why I'm here? I'm not here because of that. So Paratici would be the one between what's his name? Antonio Conte. Yeah, and the owner of Liverpool. He's
and the owner of Spurs,
you got me here to do this job, right? Because you trust me. This is what I want, and this is what club wants, and this is what is best for the team. So either you get it so he's going to be working hand in hand with Thomas Tuchel to deliver results to Todd Bowley to get the money out. The reason why they're going to Todd Bowley is to get the money out, right? And they don't want the money wasted or anything. So I believe Todd Bowley is going to see everyone out and be like, okay, we don't want to spend ridiculous money. He's going to see both Michael Edwards. Let's say we get Michael Edwards, and we're going to see them out and be like, okay, this is what we want. Going to the next 5 years, we do not want to win the league. If he says that, or if he says, okay, we want to compete for the league title, that's different. But I don't think he's going to say that because of the level Man City and Liverpool are. We'll be like, okay, I'm bringing you in now for us to not make the same type of stupid mistakes we've been making in the past, but I want us to still get the best quality from clubs. based on what the current coach, which is Thomas Tuchel, his philosophy, the fact that he wants his wing backs to be fullbacks. He wants a right back to be a right wing back, and he wants a right wing back to be a right back. So you get him that profile of player who can play as a right back and who can play as a right wing back. If you need a midfielder, which type of midfielder? Michael Edwards would be like, do you want a holding midfielder? Do you want a person who is not that good at passing, but he's so good, he can stop, he knows how to read the game really well. He's tall. How tall do you want him? Do you want a very tall or just so? It's a lot of analysis to go into. But with Thomas Tuchel, he just has an idea, only idea. And we cannot build a team based on idea. If we build a team based on idea, we're going to have Richarlison, Raheem Sterling. Because I'm telling you, this decision we're making right now is an idea, just idea from Thomas Tuchel. And then the quack, I call them quack scouting. They don't even know what they are doing. They don't know what we want. So if you look at the track record of Michael Edwards, this guy knows what he's doing. If you have Joel Matip playing with Van Dijk and you bring Konate and Matip is not injured,
Yeah.
you bring Konate in for 40 million because he was available. You saw him; he was 6'4" or 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
You bring him in tall because of the league you are playing, and that has nothing to do with the coach. Zero to do with the coach because the coach might not necessarily want a very
So King
tall
and Abdul,
person.
this is a Liverpool fans. Is one of his name is SSB. He said Edward left. Michael Edward did a good job. He was good at the job, but he left because FSG, the Liverpool owner, didn't give him more funding and more money. That was the reason.
No, that's a lie. That's cap.
This is a Liverpool fans. He is a Liverpool fans.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's going on because we read news every day. He's just lying. This guy, he just left on his own. Go and check what he wrote. He wrote a long history about the success he had with Liverpool, and he said he felt his assistants can even do much with a fresh new idea in his head, because these guys have a certain idea in their head for a particular time. Once they spend too much time, they'll have the same idea. But if you bring a new person with a fresh idea, you have a new, fresh idea in their heads, because everyone has this different creativity and different, no matter how your profession, in their heads. You get so if you check it, I'm going to one of these days. I'll send the screenshots of his farewell letter to Liverpool. It's going to, I'll send it to him. He was not sacked. He even wrote this in between the season. The season was not over, and he already did it. And he was like, okay, at the end of the season, I am thinking my assistant should just continue from where we stopped to make this club a great one. And he's not even out yet. The assistant is already signing Darwin Nunes. Throughout his reign, he never signed a 50 million or 7, apart from Alisson and Van Dijk, which he thought they needed, and he went to bring them, and they worked immediately. We have to trust this guy. If someone like this is coming to Chelsea, I think we should all be happy, honestly, in my opinion. Yeah.
Fair enough. We look forward to that. Fair enough. So I want to talk about different thing entirely. Abdul, is the mic working? I'm gonna come to you first. Do you really rate this guy first before I even bring him up? Do you rate him? Do you rate him? Hold on. Before I bring him up. Hold on. Hold on. Abdul, this man here, do you rate him? Abdul, do you rate this man?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, do you rate him?
Sorry, I had to like finish laughing before I unmute my mic.
Do you rate this man?
Please.
Apparently, AC Milan wants to buy him up a loan with an obligation of 20 million from AC Milan, and Chelsea will agree with it. So your take on him? Do you want him to leave, or you want that IWAF track owner to leave instead of him?
Look, I suppose Chelsea don't have any debt now, isn't it?
No, they don't have.
Okay. I mean, we can just give him all for free.
No, they want to get a loan, 5 million with option to buy, for obligation to buy for 20 million.
No. Just give the guy all for free, man.
Why?
That's how much I rate him. The let him go, man. He's not Chelsea level. Honest. It's not Chelsea level. It's not about not being good enough or not being rated. He's not Chelsea level, and I don't think he should be where we're trying to go. You know, like you said, I think the guy has just found it very, very difficult to adapt to Chelsea and to adapt to the Premier League. That's why sometimes I I I sort of like have my doubts when a player is making a big move, especially after 25 years old, when they're going to be playing in any of those specialist role. So you're going to be like a winger or a striker or a number 10. I have my doubts, when you're making a big move from maybe a lower team to a bigger team, or from a moderate expectation to a high expectation level. So I will write like say, he's one of the players we should like look forward to replacing. I don't think he's delivered, and I think not. I think, in my opinion, he's had enough time to actually showcase what he can do. He's been now he's been here now for like 2 seasons, is it?
Mm-hmm. Two
Yeah,
seasons, yeah.
yeah. And then what actually did it for me was when he said he prefers the Ajax role or the Ajax type of play. And
Yeah, well, he plays more as a number 10 there.
is it number 10 or from the wings?
No, he plays more as a number 10. He's the roaming guy there.
So why can't he play number 10 here?
The way Tuchel play, Tuchel doesn't play that way because if you want to play, you have to play Ziyech in the back four, where he's gonna be the man orchestrating the attack.
Well, I don't know. I don't have answers
But
for
him
you.
going to AC Milan will better do, because Italian Serie A is a very slow league where you can easily build the same angle than Kim Ziyech, and with the quality of player he is, he will go there to shine for me. I have no doubt in that.
I thought AC Milan, after winning the league, are trying to have a higher target.
Yeah, they already signed Divock Origi already. Origi is already there, so they are looking to get Akin, because there's a report that if Chelsea get Raheem Sterling, Man City will trigger Rafael Leao's release clause of 150 million euros. So they will do that to replace Raheem Sterling. So they're already looking to replace him with getting acquisition and getting that target in. That's what they're doing, because City said if Chelsea buys Sterling, they will trigger Rafael Leao's contract, which is a release clause of 150.
I think we should just we need better players, to be honest. And I don't think Ziyech is going to do it for us. I don't think so. So if we can replace him and we have something decent, I'm sure they can come to a negotiation and agreement on a fee. It doesn't have to be.
Is 5 million loan deal with obligation of 20 million.
So why is the what do they mean by obligation?
Compulsory. It's compulsory. You have to buy him.
So why don't they buy him now? What's the difference
They
between
don't have the money. Italian club are broke.
Where will he get the money in 12 months' time?
I don't know how they're gonna get the money. I think what they are looking at is maybe if they sell Leao for his elite clause, if they're selling, maybe they can kind of put money together because now they're in Champions League, they'll get a little bit of money. They won the Scudetto. I don't know how much they're gonna pay them getting the Scudetto. I don't know. So probably gonna get the money. My take is why don't they pay the money? Why getting them on loan? That's my take.
Anyway, it's going to be a good move for us if we
Mm-hmm.
can loan him to AC Milan
Mm-hmm.
and get somebody else in that is maybe up to Chelsea level.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's not Chelsea level. So, and if he's able to get a move to AC Milan, then that's good. That's good for him. As you've said, it's the league and the Italian league is a little bit slower
Yeah.
and they have more space to play.
Mm-hmm.
So it might actually be good for him.
No problem. Wilton Hakim Ziyech to AC Milan.
I mean, I never really rated Ziyech, honestly. I think he was just when you play FIFA, when you have that left-footed player that just
Yeah.
rains down the wing, you cut inside, you press O1 to shoot, like finesse and Salah. That's what he is to me. He's a one-trick pony. Like
Damn.
legit, that's all he does. Is cut inside with his left foot and shoot with his left foot. That's legit what I mostly saw from his gigs at Chelsea. Obviously, that 18-19 season, he was brilliant for Ajax. He really was. But
Mm-hmm.
when he got to Chelsea, it was just cut inside, just cross with his left foot or shoot with his left foot. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he never really adapted to Chelsea. I mean, can you really blame him? I mean, Pulisic is trash. Werner's trash. Like Project Neymar hasn't worked out. Lukaku is trash. Morata flop. Towards flop. I don't know, man. Chelsea just, I don't know if it's Chelsea or is it like you guys are just ruin attacking players, man. It's crazy. That's why I'm worried for Dembele and Sterling if they go over there, man. Like it's gonna
It's
get.
a
I
new
mean, to
era
be
now. So
fair,
I'm probably gonna towards the new era.
Hang on, Viltor, can you name those players again?
Pulisic, Timo
Pulisic, yeah.
Werner,
Timo Werner,
Lukaku,
Lukaku,
Morata, Fernando Torres.
Fernando Torres.
Relax.
How many
Easy, easy.
how many of those players did the director of football buy?
Nobody. Relax, relax, relax. Morata, see, okay, let me talk now. Morata, there was no sporting director then when we bought him. It was Granaskia that bought him.
No, it
So,
wasn't. It was Emenalo that bought him, man.
who? That bought who? Fernando Torres.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then it was a different manager because then he wanted Lukaku, they bought him Torres. So that was why it was a problem because now you're promoting a lady who doesn't know what she's doing. So that was when I was having an issue with that.
I don't know, but when you look at the amount
Mhm.
of striker like Lukaku, Falcao, Morata, Torres, who else am I missing? Steve Sidwell,
Shevchenko,
Higuain,
Shevchenko, Boula Rouge, Crez, so many
yeah,
of them.
Bulawuz. Yeah, so I don't know if it's Chelsea
Is,
because it
is it
wouldn't surprise me if Ziyech leave and goes to a different Premier League team, and
Yeah, I'm hearing Man United
plays
might go
good.
for him, but the problem is I
Nah, I
don't know
doubt
how
it.
concrete Eric Ten Hag want Hakim
No way.
Ziyech. So he might
No
probably
way.
gonna go to AC Milan where he has Champions League football,
I,
where the league is slow.
if you are Ten Hag, no way you go for Ziyech, man, because you trying to build a team like that can compete with City, Liverpool, and Chelsea.
hmm
Like
hmm
you don't get Ziyech because Ziyech's level has dropped so much
But the
throughout
problem
the
is
years.
Ten Hag is the only player that can unlock Ziyech because he's the one that brought him to the system in Ajax. So he knows what he's getting in Hakim Ziyech. For me though, he knows what he's getting because he can remotivate him and rejuvenate him back to the Ziyech they know in Ajax. And him also going to AC Milan because of the league is slow there. He will be able to adapt very quickly to the way AC Milan plays, and that team will be built around Hakim Ziyech. For me, it will be built around him. That team will be built around him. He can
Yeah,
easily do whatever he want to do, roaming around,
yeah,
more
pretty
of like,
much do what Lukaku did. Like get a new first start, go to a different league, and see how you turn out facing Milan. It'd be a
exactly.
good signing for AC Milan. It'd be good for the extra depth because they're gonna be playing more games now than the
Yeah,
Champions League. So
yeah.
and they're gonna try to defend their Serie A title.
So
So
that tattoo, yeah.
yeah, so it's a good deal. it just didn't work out. I mean, it's not a shame. I mean, so many attacking players have done bad at Chelsea, except for last remember is Kosa. Kosa is really good for Chelsea.
And
So
Fabregas.
yeah, like so a lot of attacking players just don't do well at Chelsea. So I mean, it just didn't work out. Just move on from them. It is what it is, man.
King Black, Hakim Ziyech to AC Milan.
Akim Ziyech, uh, I'm one of his biggest fans. I can't lie. Like, I'm one of his biggest fans. Man, I love the guy. Not really from the Ajax days because I don't think we had enough data or enough statistics to actually back his performance at Ajax consistently up enough to be sure he's going to be bringing us goals or bringing us the work rate and all that. It's one of the reasons I've always wanted the director of football at Chelsea because some players we just buy them because they play good against us. You remember William? We bought him because he was excellent against Chelsea. We bought Ziyech because he just became excellent against Chelsea. And he scored one thunderbolt from 30 yards or 25 yards or something. And so we bought them. We just signed players for vibes. Basically, I don't know. That's the reason why, I'm not really happy about Ziyech. His signing didn't really excite me because I didn't see enough. Because he was good against Chelsea. How about his overall work rate and how what work he did? How many times he got on the ball? How many attacking actions did he have against us? Nobody cared about that just because he was excellent against just one match. Chelsea just buy players anyhow. It's one of the reasons I believe going forward, even if he stayed this season, I believe he would have good moments like the 10 games he had with
But the
Chelsea.
problem is AC Milan has already tabled like a deal for him that they're already speaking to Chelsea in terms of getting Ziyech this summer, getting an obligation of 20 million for him. So he'll be able to join them when the
I,
season.
I don't think Tuchel would let him go,
I
and
think
it's
he
what.
will. I think Tuchel will.
But
Because
we,
Hakim Ziyech is not good in the back three, but he's good in the back four.
but are we going to be playing the? But that's my problem.
That's where the problem is. It depends on how Tuchel wants to play his system.
That's what Tuchel said. I think we are just putting a blind eye or turning a blind eye on what Tuchel said towards the ending of the season.
Yeah.
When he was asked how he would like to play next season because he's going to be playing a back three, he said it depends on the players that comes in. It depends on the incomings.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you can't tell me 100% he wants Ziyech gone, 100% he wants Pulisic gone. These players are good players. Like,
But
and
I
he
know it's
knows,
that.
and he knew that playing a back five or back seven would not favor three attackers against how many defenders.
Yeah.
It will not favor them. So like the way our incomings are coming, it's not giving me any optimism at all towards how we're going to play next season. I'm sure it's not giving Tuchel enough optimism as well. So it will be a mistake if we just let Ziyech leave after one season. It will be a mistake. It will, because I believe he deserves another season in a back four, strong defense, good central backs. They are strong and young. They can combat in tough games and all that. And we have a defensive midfielder who is working his ass for the club with Kovacic and anyone else in the team. But just going by how it is right now, it's not looking good for Chelsea. It's not. Even if we bring Sterling in, we might end up putting Sterling as right wing back at some point
Tuchel is
because
mad. He's a
yeah,
madman. He's mad.
yeah, because at some point we can have James injured and Chalobah injured and no one else because we sold as Quetta. I think it depends on how many people are coming in.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like Tosboli would have just the first thing he would have appointed was the director of football straight up. So he can speak to the director of football. You have been watching Chelsea for long. You know how Tuchel wants to play. because even the coaches who are Pep and the rest, they can tell you this is how Tuchel wants to play, even though they are not coaching our team. They know.
You know,
And
yeah.
even if you ask Thomas Tuchel, how does Pep likes to play, he will tell you.
Yeah.
You know, so how does Klopp wants to play? It's obvious. Everyone can see. It's evident. This is how Pep likes to play.
Yeah.
So how are we going to bring in players, make us solid, so that it's going to be easy to be flexible. So it's easy to change from back three to back four, and easy to change from midfield two to midfield three, and we're going to be good. So I'm not going to be happy with Ziyech, because Ziyech can play as a cam, he can play as a right winger, and he can give us a lot of things. I see him scoring from outside the box. I don't see how many players Chelsea players scored from outside the box. Maybe covers it. That's the one they scored against Liverpool. I don't know. I can't remember anyone. Maybe Mason Mount for like one or two games. I see Hakim Ziyech popping in with shots, against Man City. I see him popping in with shots on regular games, even the one that didn't score against Tottenham. He scored from outside. I don't see how many players would do that in the attack for Chelsea attack. I don't see none. So we can't just let Hakim Ziyech just leave like that, because this guy is a good player. Like, for me, I used to say he's the best passer in our team. He's the best. He's a person who can lay the pass. Even the crosses he normally makes is because he has been used to making that type of cross at Ajax, at his former team, and he knows the wingers are where he's about to make the pass. So they make the run across the defenders. They make the runs across the defenders. But at Chelsea, once he's about to make the pass, everyone just stands there and wait and just watches him. Policy just wait, and it's confusing. Even if you're the best winger in the world, you want to be like, okay, who am I playing with here? If we are bringing in Lewandowski as well, who is he playing with? So he's going to be bringing in crossing after getting on the byline, getting inside the box to just do a cut back for Lewandowski to finish. Who's going to be doing that? I don't see it happening. So I think we need more to just sell. We can't let go of these attackers now. When we bring in a solid defense, we bring in solid midfield, and then we can decide to say, okay, and then we start playing, and we can decide. But right now, I don't think we should let any of these guys go except Lukaku, and maybe Timo Werner, because I believe Timo Werner will be good in a team that creates bundle of chances. He's going to be good in that team because he has very good movement. He just doesn't know how to put the ball in the net that much as maybe Lewandowski or Benzema or something would like. So that's why I feel like I'm not in for this Hakim Ziyech thing. I don't want him to just leave like that. Playing at the three at the back, playing wing back. It's annoying. We have more in the defense than we have in the attack, and we are playing against a team that have more in the defense just two players in the attack. So how do we attack that team if we keep playing that way? So for me, I believe it will be a mistake. It will be a blunder for Chelsea, because I think he has something in his locker. We can't let him go for 20 million euros. That's like 15 or 12, 13 million pounds. That's insane. That's what I'm saying. Like, we can't make this type of decisions. We need to bring in a negotiator who is a scout, who is also a director of football. So I believe that's my take on Ziyech anyway.
Fair enough. Bit on. Marina Granaskia and Bosberg stepped down Chelsea as Chelsea. Watching as a rival outside, your take on this? For me, I call them enemies in my club. Right now, I'm the happiest guy right now because I can just sleep, eat good food, and enjoy my life. Because these two have been tormenting my life since 2015. I've never had a better sleep than I have ever since I heard they have stepped down. My life has been better. I've been eating good food. I've been sleeping very well. Lord in heaven, thank you very much. I'm happy and I'm blessed. So your take on them?
I mean, I don't really know much about Marina, but I know she won the Golden Glove for being the best opponent.
Stop. Don't do this to me. She
No,
doesn't
but
even do it.
she no, but she won it. Like I'm just going based on what I saw because I don't pay attention to sporting
That's a
director.
tax. That's a tax. That's tax.
Well,
Ballon
yeah.
d'Or
So
tax.
she won best sporting director. So she must be doing
That's
something
that's
good,
sport
right?
body director tax. That's a tax. Continue.
So she won it, and I mean, she ever since she's been at Chelsea, right? When did she come at Chelsea?
She was promoted in 2017 to a sporting director.
Like in the before the season started or after?
Immediately Michael Emenalo left, she was promoted.
So during the
Yeah,
summer of 2016, 17.
2017. Yeah, she was promoted as a sporting director.
So she was there when you guys won the Premier League with Conte. Was that her?
Yeah, she was there. Yeah.
Okay, so with her being in charge, you won the Premier League, you won the Champions League, you won the Club World Cup for the first time ever, you won the Super Cup. I mean, I guess whatever the job she's supposed to do, I guess she was good. I mean, she's been nominated for Best Sporting Director for the past 3, 4 years. She's been #1 in the world, so she must be doing something right. But I mean, Chelsea fans say she does a bad job. I don't know anything, so you guys have to tell me. They say she does a bad job, so I'm just gonna
I
go
don't
with
want
based
to.
on
I
what.
don't want to rant on Marina. I've been
No,
ranting since 2015. Now she's
but I
stepping
saw.
down. Life is better.
But I've seen some Chelsea fan support her, and I've seen others like you don't like her.
Real
So
talk. This lady here signed DJ Leboti, Baba Rahman, Danny
like,
Drinkwater. Are you kidding?
yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah. But I
Some
mean,
stupid and ridiculous signing she's been made. My head is
what if
hot.
what if you get someone worse than her?
We can't get someone because I'm already going for a good signing, a good sporting director who knows what he's doing. She the job that are giving her is not a job. It is not
Well,
a
your
job.
sporting director is gonna be Michael Edward, right?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, okay. So if it's Michael Edward, it'd be good. And we're looking for a new sporting director too, Real Madrid. So we need
But I thought you have
somebody.
you have a sporting director.
Nah, man, nah, man, nah, man.
You don't?
Luis Campos, man, what a bum, man. He left us, man. He left. He
Relax,
left.
easy, relax.
But shout out to Marina. I guess she's leaving. I don't know, but I don't really know
My
much
life is
about
better.
her line.
I'm really nice
So
living.
you say your
I'm
life
really
is
nice
better,
living.
so I'm
I'm
guessing
really nice
Chelsea's gonna be
living.
more
Yeah,
successful
I'm
now,
really
man.
nice living. She's living. She's living.
What did
Oh,
what did
I,
the guy Buck do? Buck, what did
I
he do?
don't see right now. I don't know what he does. He just sit down there, make money, and get a haircut. It's like working 8 hour shift. You clock in and clock out. That's what she does. That's what he does. He doesn't do anything
Uh,
that kind of give me so much joy. He just clock in 8 hours and clock out 8 hours. That's it.
oh, man, we'll
That's
see,
it.
man. But I guess if you're happy, Abdullah popped those bottles. She left, but let's see
Pack
where Top
this
Bowley goes,
better.
man.
Oh baby, pack that's better. Pack this better. Hey, pack the Gonaskia is living. Yes. Gonaskia is living. Yes. Oh, I'm feeling good. I can sleep well. I can eat well. I can enjoy beautiful football. Finally, my life is better. King, your take on Marina Gonaskia and Bozibok stepping down. King, are you there? King, are you there?
Abdullah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bruce
Your
Bock and
take,
Marina,
Marina
right?
Gonaskia and Bozibok stepping down.
Good news. Very,
Bernard,
very,
stop.
very good news.
Bernard, stop. Bernard, stop.
Very, very,
Be-
very, very good news. See, the
Bernard,
only people
stop.
supporting. I see a lot of these comments on Twitter. You know, there are a lot of perverts on Twitter, bro. There are a lot of people who just see women and start shaking on Instagram, on the social media, regardless of the jobs they do or the
Mm-hmm.
jobs they don't. But I'm a Chelsea fan, and I've always wanted the best
Mm-hmm.
for Chelsea from the
Mm-hmm.
onset. So I won't, because he's a lady, look at her, the things she did good, and for just forget about the things she didn't do properly, and you say, okay, she's good. No, 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 no. Once you're not good, I'm that honest. You see, that's how I just live. That's how I live my life. I feel like, if you're good at your job, you're good, regardless of your gender. If you're not good, you're not good enough. for the job. If we criticize players, we can criticize the coach, and we can criticize the owner. We can criticize the board. That's how it
Yeah.
is all over the world. So, I know a lot of people say, Marina, the only thing they pick out is what Eden Hazard, he put a buyback clause and blah blah blah. But then at the end of the day, we have 1.5 billion pounds debt on the Roman, and that's on her, and that's on her because she's the director, right? She's the chairman or vice chairman or whatever her role he is or was. So if you have 1.5 billion debt based on signing players, emotional signings. I don't like emotional signings. This is sport, and it's all about winning. So if you're not doing your job right, you deserve to be sacked, or you deserve to step down. That's how it is. That's how it works. I don't like the romanticism that comes with football these days. It's just annoying for me. So I feel like it's a right time. I mean, Bruce Bock should have stepped down long time ago, but I don't know why this guy is the chairman while Roman Abramovich is the owner. I don't know how much trust he has in Bruce Bock. Bruce Bock was the one who wanted the Ricketts to be. He made a preferential treatment for the Ricketts. Even after seeing all the outrage on the social media, it was this Bruce Bock that called the Ricketts to have a private meeting with them and wanted to make them the owner of Chelsea after all the racism, because Bruce Bock is an American. These guys wanted to ruin. These guys are just making money off Roman Abramovich, and it's because of Marina. It's the emotional decisions that was taken by Abramovich, trusting Marina, trusting her and trusting her and trusting her, transfer after transfer after transfer. Why would you spend 250 million pounds knowing that Frank Lampard was your coach? First of all, you would have known that Frank Lampard is never going to take you to any title challenge. Because he doesn't have the pedigree. What gives you the confidence to give him 250 million to spend in one transfer window? Why would you make that type of emotional decision? And bringing Havertz and Werner, they are both strikers, and they play in the center forward, or you can call Kai Havertz all you want, but I see him as a striker. You have to be able to score, because we bought him because he has 17 goals and maybe 17 assists or something like that at Leverkusen. That's why we signed him. We didn't sign him because he was generational with 0 goals. No, we saw 17 goals, and that's it. I do not understand why all these decisions are coming from. So, and then we went to get Lukaku without, these guys are just wasting Roman Abramovich's money. They just wasted his money for years. We let Ashley Cole go, and it took us almost more than 7 years before we got a replacement for Ashley Cole, which was Ben Chilwell, and it was overpaid and we overpaid for that. I don't know any club that would pay 50 million pounds for a left back who wasn't even the best in the world or something. Came in with injury history. So these guys have been making emotional decisions for a long time. They just go to the market. They say, "Oh, Roman Abramovich like this player. Okay, I'll get him for you. And let me go and just, I'm a lady. Don't worry. I know my way. I'm gonna get my way around the transfer, and I'll make it happen." And then he's done it. So I'm really glad that these guys are gone. Let's get in footballing brains. The people who once dealt with football at a high level, get them into play. Because if we allow Todd Bowley to make emotional decisions, because let's not forget, we are fans. As I am, if I own a football club, I'm going to make emotional decisions.
Yeah.
You can't stop me from making emotional decisions, because when I lose to Wolves, I lose to Burnley, and the coach, I see the coach, what's this coach doing? I will just sack the coach.
Yeah.
I'll just sack the coach, because I feel like, what is this? You are messing with my emotions. I'm messing with my, it's all about emotions, feelings. That's how we got this far and have 1.5 billion debt. And so that's it. Regardless of what you say about Eden Hazard, he was sold like every other player. Joao Felix was sold for a huge fee. Neymar was sold for a huge fee. And why can't you thank the director of football who sold Neymar? How about the director of football that sold Mbappe? Why are we not talking about those? Why are we giving this lady awards? Why? What has she done? In the past 6 years, we've won. The last time we won the trophy was 2017. So what? I don't know what's going on. So I'm really happy that they're gone. They need to be fresh faces. Even as a footballer, you cannot be playing at the top level for 7 years straight in the same club and not mess up. It's difficult for you to play in the club for 7 straight years and be at the top level. It's not common. You can't even that's the same thing with the coach. The same thing with the manager, the directors or something. There has to be some type of refresh. Unless you get 3 or 4 people in that can bring in ideas together, it's very difficult to stay at the top level with just one person and one person alone. So I'm glad Bruce Buck is gone. I don't even know who he is, his function. I've never seen him speak. I don't know what he's been doing, but what he tried to do with the rickets, even after the fans brought out a note, he acted as if he's not on social media. And these guys are watching, they are looking at this thing, they just say, oh man, I don't care. I don't care. These guys are rich, they're going to give me money. These guys, did you read the report that they were going to get 50 million pounds, right?
Yeah.
If Todd Bowley allowed them to stay, like if you retain them as the director, we're going to get 50 million pounds.
Yeah.
These guys are all about the money. Marina just be making money from Chelsea. Because why do we have Bakayoko, Barkley, Alonso for a long time? Ike Ubo, even Ike Ubo, I don't know if we sold him perfectly. We got Tomori out. I mean, all these decisions is just confusing because it just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me anyway. But glad. Good times. I don't care what happens, even if we make fourth in the league in the coming season. I'm good if we play good football. If we get proper players, we don't make stupid emotional signings, no 100 million signings. It's all good. Good times.
No problem. So people in the chat now, let's do like a question and answer from the fans. Guys, you can ask me any questions you want to ask me, the panel, in the guys. We're gonna answer your question. So, question, guys. Guys, you can send in super chat and also you can become a member of the Blue Studio, guys, by becoming a member, guys. Support your boy by sending super chat, guys. I will surely answer your question, guys. Any question from us, from me, from the panel, guys, we'll be gladly welcome your question. We'll be gladly welcoming your question. So, guys, question from the panel, guys.
Question for the who's gonna win the Premier League this season, man?
I'm still gonna go I'm still gonna say Man City, but it also depends on the signings we're making yet. First.
Abdullah, just stop, man. It don't matter who you
Okay,
get, man.
SSB said.
City's gonna win the Prem, man.
Abdullah, apparently Simeone want to get rid of Joao Felix and Tottenham want him. What do you think? Tottenham Hotspur want Joao Felix? Wow. Wait, will Tottenham be able to pay 150? Because he has a release clause of 150. He has a release clause of 150. I don't know. Will Tottenham be able to pay 150? Wow. I don't know if Tottenham is gonna pay. It will be able to pay 150 though. That's what I don't know. I would love us to get the Joao Felix though. I would love Joao Felix, but let's see though. Let's see. I don't want us to pay ridiculous money anymore. So this one is for Vuitton. Vuitton, which one of our signings are you excited to see the most? Chouameni or Rudiger?
Mostly Chouameni, honestly, because I know what Rudiger is gonna give me. I'm very excited to see what Chouameni is gonna do because I'm so happy Casemiro is gonna have a competition
Yeah.
in the DM. Well, he's most likely is gonna get chosen, but because of his legacy. But I'm very happy to see what Chouameni does and how he developed more on his growth and see how far he still can go if he can be one of the best DM in the world at one point in the world. So I'm very excited. Rudiger is a warrior, man. Rudiger pretty much remind me of Ramos, man. You know what he's gonna give you, man. He's gonna give you 100% every single time.
Hmm. We'll see though. So SSB said Conte cannot Sport cannot afford you. He has a release cost of 150. I don't know how they're gonna afford that kind of amount of money. But do you guys think Sport will be able to afford them? Victor, do you think Sport can afford Joao Felix 150?
No, they're not gonna spend money on Draft Felix. Honestly, to me, man, Draft Felix to me is one of the most overrated football players in the world, in my personal opinion.
Wow.
I don't like. I'll say he's very good on FIFA, though. I'll say that he's very good on FIFA.
So
His
you are
FIFA
telling me
card is nice.
it's not good in real life, but it's good in favor. What kind of
He's a good
comparison?
he's a good player. Like overrated doesn't mean you're bad, but I just think people slightly overrate him because people always say Simeone is holding them back. Simeone is holding them back. Even on Portugal, I I guess people the excuse that people are gonna use. Oh, Santos sack, Santos sack. He just doesn't impress me. He's very lazy. He doesn't have that much work rate. And I'm sorry, he just doesn't impress me that much, honestly. Maybe it might be Simeone, but like people say, oh, he should be under Pep, he will flourish. But from what I've seen, they spent 100, what, 50, 160, something like that, whatever how much it was
Yeah.
on him. He hasn't really
So
done much for me, honestly.
Jabari said, I really like Alaba and Militao partnership, but I understand why most games Alaba will play at left back. Mendy isn't good defensively. Do you agree? It's offensively. Do you agree, Victor?
I really like Alaba partnership. Why in most game Alaba we play at left back, Mendy isn't good defensively.
See, Verton,
Yeah, I'm
do, do you think Ancelotti is trying to play three at the back with Rudiger? Because I see a three at the back kind of formation. Like I think everyone is trying to play this Tuchel's
honest
formation now. Like the same with
on
Nagelsmann, the same with Ancelotti. I think Rudiger coming in is going to
honestly,
be like
man.
three that becomes four, four
I
that
don't
becomes
I don't
three,
think three
three
at the
that becomes
back
four.
is. I think three at the back works perfectly, like in the Champions League, but I don't think you can like be consistent enough to win. Like I think 4-4-3-3 honestly is more balanced. Is way more
Yeah, yeah.
balanced because
Like the one
three at the back you
that
rely too much on your wing backs to do a load of the
yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I'm saying what on the attack. Offensively and defensively is quite different. Defensively becomes five. It becomes three at the back. Offensively becomes three at the back, and at the end of the day, you have more people in the attack. I think that's what Tuchel is trying to do. He's trying to make, let's say if instead of Rich James last season, if we had a winger, like that's why he wanted Hakimi, someone who can almost be like a winger on the attack, and then defensively we have three already, so there's security in the defense. So like that's why I just think maybe with Rudiger is going to transition Alaba between coming to join the defense and just going wide to become the left back, and while Militao just moves right to the right hand side and create this type of width and for the team. I'm just thinking generally. You're a Madrid fan. You probably know more.
No,
And
but
that.
like honestly, it's gonna be a 4-3-3. I think Mendy's because many of the like he's always hurt, right? He's always injured. He be fit and get injured. So I'm guessing Alaba's gonna be shifted at left back. But you might be right. It might be three at the back, but I doubt we play three at the back because Ancelotti doesn't. We try playing three at the back. We just not good enough because Mendy isn't good enough. he just he's not good enough. He's so bad. Like going forward, like I'm sorry, Mendy didn't improve at all. Like he's still the same left back that we bought. He's the same player. He hasn't improved at all. He's still garbage at left back. And the
Yeah,
issue the in Carvajal, I know he had like a decent season last season, but he's finished, man. The guy, the guy has no more legs, man. He can't be running up and down like he used to in his prime, where he was able to cover the entire right flank by himself. And when you have a chill or like a freaking model like Asensio who doesn't track back, who doesn't care, who think he's a actually this guy. I honestly think Asensio think he's world class, bro. I honestly believe that he believes it. But shout out though, I think Chelsea should go for Asensio. You need a right winger. I think Asensio would do well at Chelsea, honestly.
Stop
But
this.
yeah, I don't think we play three. I think it's gonna be 4-3-3. Alaba left back, Rudiger Militao partnership, right back, Carvajal DM, Casemiro, Modric, Cruz, then Benzema, Vini. Then we need a right winger, man. We need a right winger. I cannot go into another
So
season watching.
why do you guys want Reece James if you guys have Carvajal and Lucas Vasquez, right? You guys have Lucas Vasquez who can play as a right wing back or as a winger or whatsoever it is. Why do you
Yeah,
guys want
Vasquez
Reece
is
James?
because Vasquez is a utility man. Vasquez can't not be your starting your he could he Vasquez being on your bench is fantastic, but if Vasquez is part of your starting 11 week in and week out, then there's an issue. He's a good player. He just there's levels to this man. Like Reece James, yes, give me Reece James. I'll take Reece James.
Oh,
I'll
Uche,
take Reece James at Real Madrid. But
is
Vasquez
Sorry,
is a
Chief.
very good. It's like Nacho. Like Nacho's a very good player, but I wouldn't want Nacho to be my primary center back. Yet, like he's better as a backup. If you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah,
because
that's why
we
I feel
saw it
like
in the Champions League final.
yeah,
Like
that's why I feel like
Alaba didn't play for 3 weeks or so. Well, leading up, he didn't play very high level football going into the final, but he played the final because we look what he did. That was a very good performance by him in the final, coming
I,
back from
I
injury against Liverpool.
I swear to you guys, you guys are going to be really strong on the left hand side. The Vinicius Junior side is going to be
Yeah,
too
Vinny's
strong.
side
I
is
feel like
it's never an issue because Vinny tracks back and you know what he gives you in attack. He tracks back, but it's the right side that's an issue because
no,
Carvajal
like
can
no, like
yeah, go
because
ahead, bro.
most teams will attack you from that side, right?
Yeah.
The most teams you're going to play, if you play Liverpool, they attack you from the left with Salah. If you play Man City, they use Mahrez, and sometimes they go to the right, but mostly it's going to be from the left. So I think you guys are getting that side of the pitch is going to be really solid. But then the weakness will be from the other side with Carvajal and whoever is in front of him and all of it. I think that's where Madrid's weaknesses will be from. You know, if
We'll
they
see,
have
man.
like a Sadio Mane facing
So,
you
guys, I
guys,
want to play something for you guys. So, I'm not gonna play the video, just the audio for you guys to listen to. So just listen to it. People in the chat, just listen to it. I'm not gonna make a comment. Just listen to it. So, hold on, guys.
But what do you guys see Chelsea finishing, man,
Wait,
next
wait,
season in the
wait on.
Premier?
I want the fans to listen to it.
£1 price tag. Wind the clock back about a year, and none of these statements would have been outrageous. But now, the reality is, Lukaku's 21-22 season was a failure, and his time at Chelsea could be coming to a premature end, with the move back to Inter looking likely. But why exactly did Lukaku not pan out at Chelsea? Let's take a look. Finishing has not been the biggest of Lukaku's problems overall. Last season with Inter, he scored 24 goals in the league, which was essentially in line with his expected goals. With Chelsea, he has scored just 8, but again, this was roughly in line with his expected goals. In fact, slightly better. The problem is he's getting into goal-scoring positions much less often per game due to reasons we'll discuss, and his expected goals per game have dropped from 0.73 to almost half of that. This is because of how he's utilized. Lukaku is incredibly strong and has great pace to boot. So at Inter, under Conte, the side was much more content to sit deep initially, which would draw the opposition backline higher. At this point, Inter were often looking to immediately play Lukaku in behind the high line, so he would then be facing the opposition goal, which he preferred, and naturally this led to much higher quality shot situations. Chelsea, on the other hand, are much more possession-oriented, with almost 60% possession this season, compared to Inter's roughly 52% last season. So, Chelsea are much slower and more methodical in their build-up play, meaning that Lukaku spends most of his time watching the play, with his back to goal, rather than being played in behind. So at Inter, he was getting 0.4 shots directly from counter-attacking situations per game. And at Chelsea this season, that number has halved. So rather than use Lukaku's pace, Chelsea have instead been looking to use his strength by trying to use him as a target man. This is something Lukaku can be great at, but mainly when the ball is played into his feet, where he can use his height and strength to keep himself between the ball and the defender. Lukaku's weakness as a target man is when the ball is played into him aerially and he has to bring it under control. And this is just what Chelsea have been doing more often this season. At Inter, he only contested 3.1 aerials per game, but at Chelsea, this number has risen to 5.53. But Lukaku has found himself frozen out of the first 11 by Havertz, who himself isn't much of a traditional target man. But the difference is Havertz provides a progression option by dropping deeper into the midfield instead, meaning he's much more involved in the build-up play. At Inter, Lukaku was part of a duo, with both being genuine strikers, whereas at Chelsea, he's surrounded by winger or number 10 types. In deeper situations at Inter, Lukaku could come deeper to receive, and crucially, Lautaro was always running in behind him in these situations. Not only could this give Lukaku more room to receive and turn if the centre-backs were wary of this run, it also meant that Lukaku had the option to play the first-time flick pass to Martinez, which he excels at. At Chelsea, his partners don't like to run in behind as much, instead also looking to come towards the ball, thus limiting Lukaku's passing options when he does drop deep. But more likely, it means that Lukaku is stuck higher up. So with less runners to play in, Lukaku's key pass and shot-creating actions have reduced. And higher up the pitch, because Chelsea are more methodological in their build-up, they are slower to reach the opposition box. This means again, the opposition defense is more set, and Lukaku is spending too much time with his back to goal, which is not his strongest suit. The set defense also means he has smaller spaces in which to operate, and Lukaku doesn't have the refined touches in these small spaces. The way Tuchel breaks down these defenses is by having 3 fluid forwards, who are all comfortable dropping deep or running in behind. They will consistently switch positions and look to draw centre-backs out of position to create space for the other forwards. Lukaku, on the other hand, sticks to the middle, making these switching movements of the others less effective, and overall, the attack is less effective. At Inter, in the front two, they often isolated the centre-backs in 1v1 situations, where Lukaku could then use his strength to turn his man. But at Chelsea, there's less isolation, as his fellow attackers are dropping deeper rather than pushing onto a centre-back. Defensive performance is just as big an issue. Tuchel loves for his teams to press high up, last season being third highest pressers, and this season being the fourth highest pressers. Havertz fits better into the system, leading the press from the front, with his 18.6 pressures per game being in the top 14% for a forward. Lukaku, on the other hand, averages just 11.1 pressures per game, putting him in the bottom 17% for forwards. So when Lukaku is on, it also changes the way Chelsea have to defend. It also has to be acknowledged that aside from systems, Lukaku has also experienced a huge personal regression. One of the major factors that had impressed many is how much he had developed his all-round game at Inter, making him a complete forward. But now many of those traits have disappeared. At Inter, with a runner in behind in Martinez, he had tightened up his link-up play, happy to drop deeper and spread the play, or even turning and playing in Martinez. So he was making more progressive passes and key passes at Inter. But he was also generally getting more touches in deeper areas. He was also much more fluid with his movement, not only dropping deep, but also to the right-hand side like he does under Roberto Martinez. Whereas now at Chelsea, he plays in a much more confined, predictable central zone. Interpersonal issues, like his famous interview, haven't helped his cause, and he's also stuck in a negative loop where poor performances lower his confidence, which leads to poorer performances. But these are just a few of the reasons Lukaku's first season hasn't taken off. But what do you think? Drop it down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you might enjoy the content available on my Patreon.
Guys, shout out to Football Made Simple, guys. You guys could go to YouTube and check them out. I really appreciate their content, guys. People who watch on YouTube, make sure you check out Football Make Simple. They really make good content in terms of transfers, players that come and players that come out. They are very, very good in terms of creating good content. I really appreciate them and I love watching them a lot because they are very, very good in what they do in terms of analyzing their ways in football and everything. Guys, check them out on YouTube. The name of the YouTube is Football Made Simple. That is the content of the YouTube. You can go to YouTube and check them out. It is called Football Made Simple. They are very, very good, and I love and kind of love hearing the guy a lot. He speaks very well and is very, very methodological in the way he speaks. I'm very impressed with him. Bilton, King, listen to the guy now. Do you kind of agree with what he said in terms of Romelu Lukaku?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've been in and out. If you notice, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really.
But he
Catch
said,
it.
I think I picked a little bit of what he said. He said the way Lukaku has been playing in Chelsea is different than the way he was playing in Inter. He said some of it is caused by the interview he did. His link up playing in Inter Milan is kind of different than the way Chelsea play and the way because Tuchel trust more of Kai Havertz, so more in his starting 11 doesn't give Lukaku more confidence. And Tuchel like his player is three wingers to be more dynamic and more penetrating more in the way they play, and that doesn't suit Romelu Lukaku. Unlike Inter Milan, all ball goes to Romelu Lukaku, and he can use his power, his speed, and his ability to turn players on and become more of
You
a
see,
playmaker sometimes when you want him to do that.
bro, I can't lie. I know that football makes simple. That page. You normally
Mm-hmm.
bring this type of statistics. You draw
Yeah.
this diagram on how Chelsea beat Man City, how Chelsea
Mm-hmm.
beat Liverpool. I used to check some of that with some context.
Mm-hmm.
They are just humans like us. I don't think it's easy to for anyone from the outside to say this is exactly what happened and this is exactly what will happen. For me, I just feel that the way we play, number one, I agree with a lot of things they said. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
about the way we play, the link up play is just what Lukaku
Mm-hmm.
wants. Because for me, even watching as a fan, I do not enjoy having 7 people just in the middle of the pitch or middle of the park. I have 2, 3 people against 6 defenders and midfielders in attack. So it feels like there's a divide. It feels like there's no link, there's no connection between the team, like the team's attack and in defense. It's with or without Kai Havertz. Only a few games we saw these players following those instructions and getting
Mm-hmm.
up and down the pitch. I think one of the reasons we actually suffered a lot is because
Mm-hmm.
of the availability of Ben Chilwell and the absence of Kovacic, Kante, and who else again? I think it's just Ben Chilwell, Kovacic, and Kante. You know, they were out, in and out, in and out, in and out. So it's hard for another person to come in and see the instruction and the team to gel just like that. So I think it's a very difficult tactics to execute
To play, yeah,
with
I
a team
agree.
that wants to win 38 games. It's very difficult. It looks like these players they grow up, playing 43, grow up playing for at the back. So when it feels like having an extra defense. Even most of the times, I feel like why waiting? Why do we have Christensen and Chaloba playing when these guys are just sitting back? They're not doing anything.
Fair
Remove
enough.
one of these defenders and bring in an attacker, bring in a midfielder to just create a balance. Just create a balance in between and put someone in front.
Mm-hmm.
So, in as much as I
So
feel
let
like
me
those
say
guys
something.
they create
Mhm.
they create a good content,
So
but I
people in the chat, I've been hearing a little bit of complaining that when I post kind of stuff online on YouTube, you guys doesn't see notification. So you guys, if you are following me on YouTube, always turn on your notification so you'll be able to get notified when I go live on YouTube. Because the problem that you guys doesn't have getting notification is you turn off your notification. So please, when I update stuff on YouTube, always turn on your notification. Once you turn it on, you'll be able to see any videos I want to do. When watch this, which days I'm be able to do the videos. Because if you don't turn on the notification, there's no way you'll be able to see the videos I post out. So guys, please on YouTube always turn on the notification button so it's easier for YouTube to notify you ahead so you'll be able to listen to it and be able to get along and communicate with the people in the panel also too. And also, guys, don't forget tomorrow is the Chelsea Roundtable. Make sure you come in tomorrow and join us. Tomorrow is the Chelsea Roundtable, guys. Make sure you come in and join us tomorrow. Come in and join us. We're gonna do the live Chelsea Roundtable tomorrow. I appreciate you people for coming on. Emmy, King, Vilton, King Darian, and everybody coming on. I really, really appreciate you guys. Tomorrow, we write tomorrow, guys. Like the vid, subscribe, guys. Like the vid, subscribe, and make sure you smash the like button, guys. Have a blessed night, guys, and peace. God bless, guys, and peace.